Greetings once more, travelers. I see you've been enjoying my story as it's gone, and it has been an interesting tale. From the conception of a dream, of a group of pirates, become lords of the Shackles. And certainly, their journey has been a long one. But now, the test continues. The party is going strong. And so far, the one incident that could perhaps throw a wrench in the situation has been dealt with. But there's more possibilities of danger out there. Certainly. Where these rats came from, who caused them to show up, these are questions to ask. And there are guests still to entertain. For one mustn't be too distracted from the party itself. So regardless, though, come now, sit down, and enjoy me tale. Perhaps we'll have a little party of our own, as we hear what happens next. Oh, I put the top up on this one? When did I do that? Well, I was testing things out.
To remind you about my perception check.
Yes! I wanted you to make a perception check, if you would. Just roll that.
No, while you guys were talking, I was trying to eavesdrop into on the party and see any tidbits I could pick up.
Yeah, you're kind of like, as a lot of stuff is going on in the party, and, you know, you're probably, while you're still kind of performing, you're kind of moving around as the tale is being told by your bard, kind of being a central thing. Because, again, this room is a decent-sized room, but it's not a huge room, you know, so certainly you've got a good chance. You can overhear a few things. You can overhear, at one point, there will be a small conversation between Tessa and the Master of Gales. And you'll overhear part of it. To summarize what it seems that, Tessa is seemingly probing the Master of Gales to see what's going on his end. It looks though she has some questions for him that he's doing very well to avoid answering properly. But she seems to, you know, question his motivations here. Why he suggested certain things, like for the tests, what he's really up to. Whether what she suspects about this, unknown.
Gotcha.
You will be able to overhear, certainly with the 32, at one point, you will be near this large man who you don't really know, but would be identified as Harrigan. He'll say to his other two, stick to the wine and eat light if you need anything. We might have to leave.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. You will notice something very unusual, not in the conversation that's being had, because there seems to be very little conversation happening between the individuals who go by Plug and Scourge. Scourge says nothing, and Plug occasionally makes quiet pleasantries with his mistress, seemingly the lady that's with them. you'll notice something unusual that seems to flash only occasionally. And that's, her shadow moves on its own and changes and converts shape in very strange ways. Unfortunately, with the light in here and all the people, you can't really see a lot about it, but you can notice that the shadow is just shifting and changing. You'll notice that there seems to be a... What?
Do we all notice this, or is it just...
This is just Chester, because Chester's, specifically, because he doesn't really know anybody, is not having, like, conversations or hanging out with anybody. He's kind of, like, looking around. You will notice a dwarf man, nonchalantly be dropping what looks to be some kind of necklace in one of the corners, and just being like, just leave this here, don't worry about it. Shouldn't have brought this with me.
That's sketchy.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's Harsk, right? So it's not sketchy.
Harsk is in the jungle right now.
I thought this is before then, right? Or
Yeah.
this after?
No, this is Ocean's problem, Captain.
Oh, you do dwarves all the same. Unironically.
That's because all dwarves are the same person. He just switches out hat and...
Look, a lot of my pirate voices are the same pirate voice, because I only have one real accent for pirates.
All dwarves just are my character in Divinity Original Sin 2.
Can I kill all dwarves then?
You will notice that, like, you do see, like, this man in an eye patch who seems to be hitting on an older couple.
I wonder what that is.
I'll have to kill him later. It's fine. Nah, he's fine.
Let's see. Anything else that you would see directly here that's going on from the list you have? This weird fish. For whatever reason,
Critter isn't weird.
you're not sure where it got it, but there seems to be like some kind of animal leg in its tank that's chewing on. Not sure where Erik got that. You haven't seen anybody approach the fish. And you know that this fish seems to be like, someone from the crew's pet, but you haven't even seen like anybody from the crew approach the fish. You're like, where the hell did they get that?
Interesting.
I mean, and like, it's a pretty decent size something. It'd be like a cat-sized or something.
Anyone missing a cat?
Mm.
Anyone has a cat that needs a peg leg now?
Based Grinner.
Mm-hmm.
Natileis has a fox, but, it's not in the tank being eaten.
No.
But what does the fox say?
It says, touch spells, and then you take a bunch of damage.
Also, I think it has, like, intelligence, so it actually says something if you would communicate with it psychically.
Probably.
He is a familiar. Yeah, anybody else that you invited that I can mention anything about? That seems to be the most important stuff I can think of that would be going on here. Yes.
I have made notes.
Okay. Anyway, so once you've dealt with the rat problem and sent off your two associates, of course, Harsk and Landless, to check out perhaps where this trail leading from the kitchen leads to, you kind of sit down for the next portion of the event before dinner is ready. And it does take a little bit longer than you were planning, because, of course, Ambrose has to take a little bit of time to, clean things up from rats.
Hey, I have
There
magical
were some,
cleaning.
you can't get toasted rat out of everything, unfortunately.
Yeah. And are you gonna really sit there and like prestidigitate things clean?
And prestidigitation won't clean, like,
Just kind of pushes it, right?
rat. Yeah,
It moves it off the food. It
yeah,
removes
but like,
filth.
it's
I
sort
mean,
of-
is that-
there you go.
uh-huh.
Is an 11th level character Nat gonna sit here and be a kitchen cleaner?
I'm going to tell you, prestidigitation won't work on like cleaning this per se, because it's sort of like it's you're cleaning a food which is probably kind of messy to begin with, so maybe like it also moves the food. I don't know if the spell as a level 0 spell is good enough to like discern between food and rat.
And let's be real,
yeah,
you don't want the
rats are
food that's
food.
been touched by a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who you ask, rats are food.
True, but we don't serve rat to our guests.
Well, I know someone who's going to be unhappy.
Well, we can serve rat to Rio.
Serve all the rat food to the shark man.
Yeah, he might enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
won't,
think he cares.
he won't know.
You
the
can give it to Grinner.
I mean, the
And
rat
rock
man
rat.
certainly be, or the shark man would certainly be fine with it. The were rat might question things. It's like, Uncle Steve?
My brother?
No, it's not that bad.
I'm
They
going to
killed me.
I'm actually going to excuse myself for a moment and just say I'm going to just switch back to my normal clothes.
Okay.
And
I-
when I do that, though, I also want to purposely walk past that corner,
Mm-hmm.
drop one of the sashes off my costume,
Mm-hmm.
pick it back up with the amulet.
Okay, cool. You have a strange necklace that has like a looks some kind of like fish skull in the center of it, and it looks
Oh,
like it's got like
no.
bone decorations.
Who invited Roval?
For right now, I'm just going to tie it up in the handkerchief.
just like I'm just gonna.
About to have a gargantuan crowd, please.
I didn't buy that one later.
I would say Misty would also probably return,
Okay.
at least partway through the dinner.
Okay. So I'll have you probably show up after the first course then.
Yep.
For the first course, we'll begin. And everybody will kind of be sat in various places, and things will get started with people like, chatting and enjoying the time as a wonderful meal is brought out. Some more rum and other alcohol is being poured. And then, Captain Daramar will turn towards you a lot as you've kind of sat down in there and kind of be like, so, you've had some chances to explore the shackles now. What do you feel of the mysteries of the hidden currents, smugglers' codes, weather patterns? What have you felt of the shackles? Proper captain of this place must understand the weather, the goings-on, everything that exists within the shackles.
Yaalkol will think for like a good 30 seconds, and then sort of look to Revia, and then look back to the captain and say, "I'm sorry, was Revia gonna say something?"
No, I'm looking at you, seeing what you're doing.
Mhm.
I'm seeing if you want me to speak. I'm seeing if you give me a sign to talk.
No, he seems like he's sort of like trying to think how to field this question, and then he'll turn back and say, "When I was a kid, I loved standing at the shoreline and smelling the ocean because I thought it meant freedom. When I'm on that boat, the shackles, the mystery, all that, that's all well and good, but I like the waves. I like the air. I like to sail. I'm a captain not because I'm looking for something. I'm a captain because I found it.
Well, that's all well and good, but it doesn't truly answer what I was asking. Why you were a captain is your own personal thing. We all have our own reasons for taking to the seas and the shackles. What I want to know is, do you have merits of a captain? Or, if you are not the one most knowledgeable, who is it that you turn to? And what can they tell me?
Merits? Do you want to hear Do you want to hear stories? They already did stories earlier. What are you looking for? What is your merits? You want me to spew knowledge?
He's beginning to shake his head. Looks like you're losing him.
Listen. I understand what you're asking. You're asking about how we understand the ocean, the waves, the tides turning of the shackles, the people, the changing weather patterns, and political machinations.
The people are much less of what I'm asking, but understanding the sea itself and traveling upon it is very important. Places to hide yourself if in case of storm. As much as myself, if I am able to travel amongst the sea, certainly many members of my crew cannot, and therefore my ship must be protected. I read the currents, the clouds, the winds. I understand when it's proper to keep sailing, and then one must find shelter where to find it.
Does that fall under my profession, sailor knowledge?
Not at all.
No, yeah, that's like a geography experts, I presume, and
Geography and nature are both what he's asking about.
Oh man, if
Yeah.
only you knew
Right.
someone who was good at geography.
Technically, also
Art fusion.
survival would also work, because that is
Yeah.
important in this case.
Well, you're not on our ship, so it doesn't really work.
But I am here.
There's a cool Jacub.
I'm
who
there
might
too.
be very smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna gesture to Jacub. For those aspects of it, then that is our ship mage.
I didn't want to interrupt, because you guys seem to be handling it so well. I don't know if you want to. Now, I'll take out like a giant piece of paper and a quill and a book, and I go, well, see, the thing about the oceans, right? And I'll go start explaining how, different air currents affect the wave patterns and how the moon affects the wave patterns.
Okay.
And how, you can study these wave patterns to predict the weather.
Roll me one of those three checks: nature, geography, or survival.
That's
I will.
We
do
didn't
that.
completely botch it, boys.
Mhm.
I just sailed the ship, okay?
Okay.
That's not great.
Oh, it's a 2.
That was a 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can't really help it. Sometimes you roll low.
I just got really distracted talking about the air currents and forgot about the actual question.
I'll let Revia give me a sense motive.
Oh God. Oh God, I wish you rolled
Oh yeah,
that number.
you just see him just turning off. Like he kind of normally has just kind of been to his side. So you can easily see that he's kind of turning off to this. Why don't you
Because
roll me a local check?
It's not a class skill anymore, so I don't have any points on it.
Is local open to anybody?
No, only to Revia in this case. Anybody that can, anybody except for Jacub that's there wants to roll
I
a
know
sense
local.
motive. Can roll it just
Okay.
to sense what's going on.
Yeah, I could try sense motive.
Can I try to nudge Jacob to stop being so nerdy about it? He wants some more esoteric
Oh.
shit.
No.
Yep, that's a
Nice.
That's
If
a
only
one.
Myste was there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
do you nudge me, so?
can I try to? I'm trying to think. Is there a way I can get Jacob to switch what he's talking about? Because obviously this guy's more on the spiritual aspect, it seems like, and not the super technical. He's about understanding, not chatting. I don't think
Give me, If you want to
Like,
do this subtly, you will need
Yeah,
to make
you need,
a
a
bluff. Yes.
Well, I have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously it's going pretty poorly. It's a decent check.
All right, let me just check something here.
It's not an auto failure, all right? Probably doesn't have a 23 sense motive.
Okay.
Probably
He's
pretty
probably a
decent.
higher level than you, though.
Yeah, but that's only. I mean, we're level 11.
It's got
Can't
69 cents motive.
I'm just
actually.
gonna roll.
Can't be significantly higher than us.
Let's just do that there. Okay. Hey, you will be able to kind of, you certainly be able to nudge into Jacub and interrupt him naturally. You know, sort of like, you kind of like interrupt the conversation. What do you want to do now? You've very much so like naturally like interrupted the conversation.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Hey, yeah, kind of got lost.
Hey, don't worry about it, Jacub. And I'm gonna just start, going off of Jacob's explanation. I'm gonna kind of like pseudo talk about what he wants to be talked about. I'm gonna talk about how I use Jacub to know how to get to the spots I'm going to, right? So like how I used the crew to help me captain the ship or navigate the ship to safe places, right? So I'm changing it to like my crew helps me do all of this, and they're all really good at doing all of that, and like and understanding the ocean. We have people that can talk to the fish if necessary to see what they are feeling. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna start spinning it to
Misty. You can walk in now.
Okay.
Give me a sense motive as you're walking over to this table.
I mean, do I tell it's pretty bad?
Oh, you're selling it terribly. This is like nothing of what you want.
Yeah, well, it's hard
24
because
is
Jacob
bad
failed
for
his
me.
check.
Yeah. Sure. You can sense that something awkward is going on, that, like, Jacub and Revia are, like, talking to this, like, elf man, this half-sea elf man, and he is, like, lost. It looks like, he's pretty close to being gone from caring about what the hell they're saying.
Oh, I guess I'll go and sit down. I assume there's a seat for me.
Sure, yeah.
As you're walking by, you'll hear me talk to Revia and be like, dude, you should mention the thing about, like, when the waves get really big and how it's a sea elf that, like, really, like, tunes to you.
Do I have an idea of what's going on here?
You got a pretty decent sense motive. It seems that they're explaining something to him that seems to be about traveling the waves. Jacub is just spouting off weird techno-babble when it comes to the ocean. Roll me a nature check to see if you understand a thing of what he's saying.
I actually have points in nature for some reason.
And then the swell comes up, right, with the earthquake. And
He's talking about, like, ocean stuff, and it's like, it's the boring ocean stuff that doesn't actually affect sailing whatsoever.
I will go and, I guess, sit down and kind of, like, extend a hand to this, whatever the hell his name is.
Daramar.
Daramar. I'll extend, like, a hand, and I don't think I've met him yet.
No. Another of the crew here.
Yes.
Roll me another local check. I'll let you roll a local check here. Just
It's 21. That's
21. All right. It seems though you were a little late to joining the party, or were you here earlier and are rejoining it?
I needed to step away for a few moments.
Hmm.
It can get a little rowdy and overwhelming.
Seems these three have been trying to explain to me nothing.
They do often talk a lot, but have nothing really to say.
Well, as I have seen, so far, it seems as though you fly by the seat of your pants when it comes to the waves and the weather. But do you have any expertise on such things?
Right.
Perhaps you can offer them some semblance of sanity when it comes to traveling the waves.
I'm trying to think if Misty would have anything like that.
Do you have survival?
I do have survival.
Survival counts.
Roll a survival.
You can roll a survival check.
22. It's not great.
No, it's not really great.
Okay, I want one more try at this.
I get help.
Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted to say. Like I just steer the ship. You know, if a hurricane comes, guess what? I just get the ship through it. Okay.
Just sail, idiot. Sail. I don't get what. We're all just looking at each other. When life's hard,
I just can't get lost at sea. I have a natural knowledge. It's true. I literally can't get lost at sea. So, you know, that's the problem. Revia intuitively understands the ocean. I got the Vesmara's blessing. Okay.
This is the wizard arguing with the sorcerer.
Bad, you know.
Hi, Damien.
You must study these arcane symbols. I don't know, man. My blood feels funny, and I shoot a fireball. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, but like, I can't get lost while at sea, so it's like my character just doesn't need to study any of it. And I don't get worried about like hurricanes.
Yes, you do. Hurricanes have DCs that are high enough that even your sailing will have trouble with it.
Yeah, but I don't worry about it.
Also, your ship would also just be destroyed, too.
Yes.
Like, honestly, your sailing is good for, like, 50% of it, because you are not the only person using the ship. If your sails get destroyed, like, yeah, you're really great at the wheel, and you're only one person. Also, like, currents are important to know about, even with your abilities. Anyway, so, Myste, you had a pretty good knowledge local on these guys earlier, and your one here, pretty good now with the 21. Because I remember you rolled pretty high on knowing about these folks.
I think I rolled like close to over a 30 or something.
Yeah. So you certainly also yeah, Damien, you're here. I know. Yeah, certainly, you sense that like the conversation is just about lost, and you probably don't have any other chances. But you think maybe there is a possibility for an ace in the hole, and this is something that I will tell you. You have to remember, this man oftentimes is a representative of a generally speaking, friendly aquatic race.
Because I remember we helped out a fish person long ass time ago, so that's also a thing.
And a water naga.
And a water naga.
Probably knowledge and connections with aquatic things might be good.
I'm an aquatic thing.
There's a genie that's slightly aquatic. It's watery.
I got a friend of mine who's kind of
I
aquatic.
guess, like... We've got so many aquatic things.
Well, you told Myste about a lot of your stuff, right?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Then Myste, you would probably... I'll give you just, to make it easy, but I still want a little bit of a challenge, because, you know, roll just straight intelligence. Let's see what you roll.
Wow. 21.
Okay, you remember that there was talk of 2 aquatic beings on this very island that are technically here.
Oh, yeah,
one is visiting, and is dating Jacub.
Apparently.
But that's also, like, extraplanar. But also, you do remember there's Nerid, an aquatic fae.
I'll mention that. I'll talk about her, even though I've not met her, and I'll jog some people who have met her's memory.
Yep, and I make sure Jacub doesn't talk about it, because he's just
Jacub will talk about her tits.
Okay, first of all, Jacob's never said anything about. Okay, he's just really awkward and stares at him by accident. It's way different. Also, she was naked. That's not fair.
You don't have to look. Her eyes are up here.
You can also like be like, hey, we like clothes in our
The
society.
problem is her tits are down here. So.
It's true.
Wow, telling me to making her put clothes on? Wow. Wow, bro. Being
I
ally.
said making, I said asking.
Yeah, wow. Think about someone. Maybe close her against her culture.
I'll talk about the tales I've heard of this Fey woman.
I
Would you be able to introduce me to such a fae? It sounds as though that you are at very least friendly terms with them.
I'll look towards Revia.
Yeah, she's usually hangs out right across the bay. Give like directions. She hangs out there.
Well, perhaps before I leave, you would do such a thing.
Yeah, we could introduce you to her. I believe we have the water genie is visiting too.
She's actually right next to me. Her name is Velia. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, is that her name? Sorry.
So
why are you going and telling everybody I'm a genie? I'm just a person.
I didn't know it was a secret.
Because you're magical.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, we can go visit the Nerid. She has a name. Her name is
She does have a name.
one of
It's in the handout folder for MPI.
Her name's Safina.
There's so many goddamn
Hey,
handouts.
Jacob
it's a theme.
right.
Safina.
Mm-hmm.
It's Safina, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a really good friend of ours. Tried to drown us a couple times.
Not really.
Yeah, I almost drowned.
Well, he will like for you to be introduced post-dinner. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't really go swimming after dinner, though. It's kind of like get away half an hour.
Jacob.
Anyway. So, I will need, let's see here. Unless you want to do anything else, dinner will move on, now that he's settled down his conversation, ready to, bring that about.
I just look at my companions and I'm just like, how do you survive without me?
Look, normally like Harsk or Jacob knows how to read the weather. Okay, I just steer the ship.
What he asked how he knew the ocean or whatever. That's how I know the ocean.
You have to think a little less literally. You know, your intuition, how it feels. Anything interesting that isn't boring weather facts.
Well, you
Okay,
know how I set out felt wasn't satisfactory, which was I just kind of knew where to go.
I mean,
Once pointed in direction.
The captain gave a heartfelt speech about how when he looks at the ocean, oh, his dreams wash away. And I spread my hand around.
As this is kind of going on, though, one of the courtesans will kind of come over to you, Chester, and imply that you are wanted in the kitchen.
I'll excuse myself and follow.
Mm-hmm. Aye, Chester, how you been enjoying the party?
It's been interesting. I did get a chance to overhear and notice some interesting things. Tessa and the Master of Gales were speaking. She was probing him on what his motivations are and why he suggested certain feats for them to accomplish.
Interesting.
Also, I noticed Harrigan. He said to his compatriots to stick to the wine and eat light. They might have to leave.
Well, wine's a little less intoxicating than rum, so I can understand that. But also, you have to remember that one Harrigan, he's technically the enemy of your crew you've currently joined with. That man...
That would be why they might have to leave.
Aye. He might suspect as much as he's got...
Use a trap?
Possibly. During the tournament, Harrigan was found to be being a little less duplicitous. Granted, our ship beat him soundly, but nonetheless, his actions during the race disqualified him completely. So even if something should happen, he would not be considered the running-up.
Understood.
He might see that as inviting him here as slightly disgraced member of the race. Now, granted, some of the leaders of the Pirate Council, and most likely I assume our captain and the rest, are seeing this as a chance to perhaps maybe make amends, or at least lord over their enemies, kind of thing. Hard to say. Pirate Council might see it as a friendly gesture to the loser, especially one that was disgraced in such a way. Harrigan might see it as an excuse that perhaps, well, our crew having someone join the Pirate Council and having a big party, maybe they've arranged that they can take care of things with him. So I can see him being that way. Then again, with things that have happened so far, who knows?
Yes, the rats were quite a distraction. Or at least that's being looked into.
Aye, it's true. Hopefully...
Also... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you know anything about that dwarf captain?
Aye, the captain one? Aye, yes, strange man. From the tales I've heard, is, known for, accumulating curses or something.
Wonderful. He dropped a strange necklace in the corner of the room. I recovered it. And he mumbled something about why he shouldn't have brought it with him.
Stories say that he's not really great with, taking care of these curses. So most likely I assume it's probably horribly cursed and he just dropped it off there. We should worry about that at some point.
Well, I have it wrapped up right now. And tucked away.
We could grab Sandra and talk to her, but I don't think she's got a spell prepared for removing a curse. Not something you'd normally, prep for something like this. But, possibly?
Also, someone fed the fish out there. You haven't noticed any animal legs that you were preparing missing?
No. Most of the meats we've been bringing in have been, things that are salted. A few fresh things. But there isn't a lot of fresh meat on the island. Seems that most of the big game was taken out by the Cyclops. From what I can tell and what the stories are, they were having some food problems of their own. Big creatures like themselves. Small game seems to be still around in numbers, but...
Also, those plug-in Scourge characters, the one seems to have a female companion with them. Do you know anything about her?
No. All I know is that Plug and Scourge should both be dead. Well, one of them was still alive and tried to escape into the ocean, never to be seen again. The other was fairly dead and tossed overboard. Scourge.
There's something strange about the companion they brought with them. Her shadow seems to twist and change on its own.
Perhaps she's some kind of sea witch. They're very dangerous lots. Dark ocean magic and all. Twisted, dark gods. Might explain why both of them are alright. Plug near death. Scourge brought back in some kind of way. Certainly, dark magic could have done that. She's got some kind of strange curse on her. Well, something dark and dangerous. We should be careful.
Agreed, I don't like it.
Not the first time this group has encountered a sea witch, but they tend to keep to themselves and normally take jobs for money. Haven't known one. Well, haven't heard of one joining a crew. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I'm sure of it. Perhaps the rescuing Plug, she took a liking to him. Kept him alive. And of course he wants to be a pirate captain. As great as any other. Just like the rest of us, he was under Harrigan. Sure, Harrigan's noticed he's around. The two of them might not have a conversation. Don't know.
How fair are things in the kitchen here today?
Fairly good. Here, try for yourself. As the, this is while some dishes are like being served and stuff.
I'll take a sample.
Okay. I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Oh, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's better you get poisoned than everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So. Okay. As you try it, you certainly feel like something is wrong. Like your like intestines like feel really bad and stuff. Like ugh. It only lasts for a little bit for you.
Well, as soon as I notice that, I'm going to put a hand on the waiter who's about to leave.
This is going to happen after a little bit more of the conversation, though.
Okay.
So some waiters have already headed out there. Dinner is being served, but certainly, you've all of a sudden it takes some minutes, as the conversation is continuing. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh, something's wrong, and then you kind of fight through it for a second. And you're you feel like you're not feeling great, but you're not really super affected by it at this point in time.
Something's not right with that food.
I've been tasting it all evening. I haven't noticed anything.
Has anyone different been in here?
Not that I can tell. I even was making sure everything seemed clear and fine after the rats. I was tasting it even then. I haven't been affected by anything.
Something got in it somehow. Don't let anything else leave. Let me see if I can get the captain here.
Do you have heal?
No, I don't have any spells.
No, the skill.
Oh, heal. Oh, no, I have nothing in heal.
All right. You could still roll that. Roll me that.
Okay, it will be a +0, so straight check.
Straight check. Let's see what you roll. Okay.
Middle of the road.
It's very unusual that he's not getting sick, but you don't really understand what's going on. But you can go grab someone, certainly. Who you grabbing?
Trying to think who mostly... Getting the captain might be a little too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Someone might have purified wound drink already. None of that works for poison, though.
Misty wasn't Myste originally. Maybe I'll grab Misty.
Okay.
I unfortunately don't know everyone that well yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Misty was mentioned to you to be a good one to talk to about things, so you can grab Misty and be like, and bring Misty into the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll be like, I need your assistance for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Because certainly, you basically can feel like there's something wrong, but you've managed to you seem to be in decent shape for it at least, but it's really that telling of
That did not sit right.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll get up and go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Take her to the kitchen.
Once I get you in the kitchen.
Should I stop serving?
Yes.
What's
Don't let
going
anything else leave right now.
The main tables have had things go out to them already, though.
We're gonna see if we can fix it in some way. Something's tainted the food.
I haven't detected anything. I've been eating it all evening. Trying it out.
I had one bite and my stomach turned.
You can roll a heal check then, Misty.
Okay. I have okay heal. That's a 17. That's not great.
Um,
Roll a 10.
I'm going to tell you, you can at least know that, certainly, Would you know enough of this? Let me just think here for a second. With a 17.
Unironically.
Do you have craft alchemy at all?
Yes, Myste is an alchemist.
Okay. Roll that too.
Okay. Right. It's an 18, one high.
Okay. Still, I think between those two checks, you have enough to be like, you will know that certainly, if Ambrose isn't getting sick, but Chester is. There's a chance that there was basically a poison in 2 parts.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is, I have this spell I've had for a while. I'm going to use Detect Poison. It is a cantrip.
Okay. Let me check here. No. It doesn't detect any. But I will tell you with your checks, you would have to mix the 2 parts to the poison to make it a poison. So, you know enough that, like, if it's a 2-part poison, it would not be poison right now.
Okay, so why would Chester have had the second part?
Maybe the first course mixed with the second course?
I have a thought, but I don't want to say it because I'm not there.
I'm just reading something real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can target a creature with this as well, but Chester saved, so not poisoned.
Yes, Chester saved, so not poisoned.
Okay, well, was there... Have you eaten anything else tonight? Ingested anything? Bitten by anything strange? Poked?
Other than the rats, I might have been scratched by one of them, but I've eaten everything else that everyone else at my table had.
I've tried everything for all the different courses. The only thing I haven't done tonight is have any kind of drink. Gotta stay sober for an event like this.
Where's the...
Wait,
I need to see the drinks. Where they at?
it's the rum.
Yes.
I know. I overheard Harrigan's tell his people to stick to the wine and eat light. We may need to leave.
May I see the rum?
All right, he'll take you to there's rum. There's probably like one of the barrels here for like serving, you know?
I'm gonna mix the 2 things together.
Okay.
And then do it.
Yes, there's a poison now.
Okay. So...
Well, alcohol, technically, right?
You said Harrigan said this.
Yes, he told his people that, and they may need to leave.
It might be him, but again, I don't think he had anybody on his crew that would know anything about this kind of stuff.
It'd be unlikely that he would know about this. Not many people are great with poisons.
And honestly, how would he have even known that we stole the wine? I mean, the rum.
And you swear no one's been back here besides you and the courtesans.
Someone got into the basement to lure the rats.
They could have been the ones who poisoned.
Okay.
If someone's sneaky enough to do that, I can see them getting some kind of something in my food. Especially if they got it earlier while I was still cooking it before the party. Takes many hours to work on this. And the rum, we've had it here for days, weeks even. Had plenty of opportunities. Especially if someone's been around. I'm sorry, I should have been more observant. But I haven't seen anybody really new.
It's fine.
Could be one of our own staff.
Yes.
Is bribed.
What are we going to do about those that are already eating it out there? I think some of those the pirate lords have already been served.
Do we have anyone who can either reverse the effects or purify the food somehow?
Sandra may be able to. She is a cleric. I believe that is within their purview.
I mean, I could go out there and ask Sandra to come in. I just think too many of us in the kitchen at once might arouse suspicion again.
That's a problem. I would need time to make any kind of anti-poison. And we do not have that kind of time.
No.
Okay, trying to think. Because we can't really grab Yaalkol or Revia. They're kind of too important right now. They have to be out there, or else they'll know something's wrong.
Them.
Yeah.
We grab Nat. Nat is smart. Nat is also an alchemist.
Yeah.
So I think we should try and grab Nat. Because Nat is a guest. We'll be noticed they're missing. Won't be, like, super missed by anyone, like, who's, a pirate lord.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should get Nat for this, yeah.
Do you want me to go out and get Nat and sit back down?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay, you'll send Nat in and sit back down yourself, kind of.
Yeah, because too many of us in the kitchen's gonna look a little suspect.
I'm gonna tell you, you are technically on a timer in a little bit because food has been served, but there's still a little conversation before the meal. Like, it looks like they're kind of waiting for more food to be served, but again, you can tell that, like, someone like Sornash, the werewolf, is probably getting impatient and very well might have them start eating. And there's approximately 10 minutes after they start eating that they're going to start feeling something.
Yeah, which is why we need to hurry. I just can't think of a way to deal with this right now, which is why more brains are good. Yeah,
but I will tell you, certainly there does seem to be a little bit of talk about why more food isn't coming out right now, but it's sort of like, it probably being passed off as, probably something resulting from the spill earlier that, happened that you told them about. There was a keg that fell over, made a mess that, that things like that happen, especially at a rowdy party when there are so many people being served, and so probably just that's causing the delay. And that'll last for a little bit. So you're still not...
Your servers know who has not had any of the...
I'm going to tell you, all the PCs have had their stuff served to them, and so have all the most important guests.
Yeah.
Basically the pirate lords. Everyone else could probably be passed off, but probably Tessa and the Master of Gales will also have theirs.
Yeah.
If you started giving out food to people you know have not had any rum, at least it looks like food's coming out. And that might buy you some time.
That's the problem, is I think everyone's had rum except for Harrigan's crew.
But Harrigan's crew has still been drinking, but they were basically going on much lighter alcohol.
Yeah.
Because probably some people are already kind of shit-faced,
Yeah,
it's rum.
Like, I'm just not sure how to deal with this. Mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know there is neutralized poison. That's a very high-level spell.
And you'd have to... I'm going to tell you, if you wanted to cast neutralized poison, you'd have to wait till they ate and then cast it on them in the meantime, which...
Yep.
You'd have to convince them for a reason to cast it.
Yep, because
that's not an impossibility. You'd either have to secretly do it, which is a possibility too. Bards are good at that kind of thing about secretly casting spells, or trick them into doing it. There are potions.
How much
that
do I know
do
about
that
the
stuff.
poison? Is this something that we can heat up the food to kill the poison?
We have a
Well, Nat, once you go into the kitchen, I'll let you roll an alchemy check. With the information provided.
Let's see what I get. That's 31.
I will tell you very easily, you suspect this is probably some kind of alchemical food poisoning. It's specifically meant to make people sick. It is 2 chemicals added in 2 different... that when mixed together, make someone sick. With those 2 chemicals separate, they can be in your system for a while. But not like super long. Certainly once you digest them, it's fine. But certainly,
we add an extra chemical that would throw off the balance and neutralize the poison.
Possibly you'd have to make something. Basically, you'd have to make some kind of neutralization chemical. That's time consuming.
Yeah, okay.
We got 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know of any other way to neutralize poisons like this?
Neutralize poison, restoration would work. You can... a heal check to assist someone who's feeling sick would help too, but then they're already feeling sick.
Yeah.
And we have to do this to all the food.
The food itself, well, you can't do that to much. Like, you'd have to do that to all the guests, the problem.
Yeah.
Or just have some people endure things.
And like I said, unless you have purified food and drink.
Certainly, you could secretly talk to some people and convince them to endure stuff. You have allies in amongst things. Probably Tessa would be willing to maybe, like, go along with it. Master of Gales might need some convincing. And a lot of your guests are on your side, but there are some guests that you invited that aren't on your side.
Yeah.
Now the good news is that,
that could look like you're purposely poisoning
Yes.
them.
Yeah. Some of the people haven't drunk the rum. That's the good news. Harrigan and his group. You're pretty sure that, Plug had some rum, but Scourge and hasn't drunk anything, and his, the lady that came with them has only drunk some wine. So, I mean, she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Plug could say something. Knuckles could say something.
Yep.
Knuckles is sort of neutral party, though. His ghost friend is the one that really hates someone.
Yeah, and ghosts can't eat food.
Yeah. And then a lot of the other people you invited, well, most of them lean towards on your side to neutral, but some of them might not be, like, great about this.
Yeah. Any ideas?
I pretty much said my ideas, unless you want to try and set someone up for the fall and just serve the food and blame Harrigan.
I'm going to tell you, Misty, blaming Harrigan's probably not going to work.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Because, like, this is your test and you should have noticed it kind of thing. If, you want to try to do that.
Yeah, it's just, I think, I just don't know how to handle this specifically, which is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would need the time to make, like, an anti-poison.
Question, because I don't know. Do you have anything that in your loot that would help you on this? I don't know what you have in your loot.
I'm looking. I have...
Doesn't look like you have anything that helps, yeah.
I don't think anything in there helps. I have ideas, but I'm not there, so I don't know if I can really give them.
I have ideas, but I'm not there.
I'm no longer there, so I can't really say
I don't
anything
have
either.
mud. That could really help.
Chester, do you have a good bluff or diplomacy?
I have a decent bluff.
You want to try
and
using it?
A decent diplomacy.
Want to try rolling one of those? I'll give you that you can delay things for a little longer if you want to roll a good check.
I will. They're both the same, but I'll try to do it diplomatically.
Okay, yeah.
I would ask you if Nat could message...
It's not great, but you might be able to add like an extra minute with that one.
Yeah, I would ask if Nat could, say, message someone of the officers to... Like, we need help in here.
I mean, message is, almost 200 feet, so...
Yeah. I mean... Kitchen's right here. B10.
Like, if we could get Revia in here, or even Revia look at that.
I'm going to tell you, Nat, I'll be nice. Perhaps check in with your cleric?
Yeah, I was also going to suggest that, but I don't know where the hell she is.
She's at the table with the officers. Remember, she's an officer.
Rio's also there, but I'm a dumbass, so
Yeah.
don't do him.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sandra brought up earlier?
I did bring up Sandra up earlier, yeah, but I was chosen instead.
Mm-hmm.
But Sandra might be the better bet. So if you could message her to come hither.
Mm-hmm.
I do that.
Okay. Sandra can excuse herself nicely. She's like, excuse me. She'll like just hear you're like needed the kitchen, be nonchalant about it. I'm just gonna go powder up for a moment. I'll be back. Don't start the meal without me. So kind of joke.
We're gonna give her a rundown on what's going on.
Okay. So, that was good news, because she can do one thing that will be very helpful right now. She has Purify Food and Drink. Memorize. It's level 0 spell.
That's why I suggested her.
Yeah, I don't have it memorized, so what
She
bad.
can... It will work that she can make... she can cast it on this food here. So the rest of the food going out, she can make sure it is not messed with.
Yeah.
But she's like, if I want to cast that on the stuff out there, that's going to be difficult. It's kind of noticeable to cast things on there.
Because they
Click on
have
this.
food already.
Yes.
So I think at that point we need to start trying to convince people to
been
either try and just
served?
take it or... Because I assume all the pirate lords have been served. Like the council.
The food is out, and it's just like they're probably honestly probably gonna get started eating
hang
right
on.
now. Honestly,
I can make her invisible.
She could invisibly do it, because this wouldn't break invisibility.
It's verbal.
Just whisper really quietly.
Verbal components have to be enunciated. You can't quietly verbally cast.
What if she tried real hard?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think we're just... We
Yeah.
don't have a plan, we're fucked.
The only other thing I could say is,
You could announce
Hey,
a special
chef-
dish has arrived.
or you
So
could say
you-
the chef realized he forgot some seasonings on the first plates that went out and
That
needs to
could
re-season.
work, actually. That
Yeah.
could work really well. We
Yeah.
bring that food back and then do it.
okay,
That works really well.
all right.
That's what I've
Do
been
we have a
doing, but I
band?
haven't been there.
We
Is
have
there?
a bard who could distract.
Because
and
if
we
you
have
played a distracting music, you couldn't hear the casting of the spells.
And we have a Chester who could be like, hey, we need to bring some of the dishes back because some ingredients were forgotten or something.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
can
old
also
classic,
make
not up to
Sandra
par for the
invisible,
chef.
Chester, I need you to make me another diplomacy check then, if you want to
Fuck.
stop them from this, as your message to get them to not eat and tell them this information.
Yes.
Tell them that there was a mistake in the service here. Better dishes are coming out. That's probably easy. Yeah.
You want to try to tell me to help here?
Sure. I'll kind of give you a nudge and go. Need to say something. If you can assist in any way.
What you got? You okay? What do I need? Just 2 seconds. What do I need to do? Quick.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do to assist? I don't know.
Oh, you
No,
could roll
I'm a really high diplomacy.
Yeah, you can. You can like chime in. You can chime. You can chime
I
in.
get a
Basically.
plus 10, but no.
I have plus 23. Okay.
Revia
Okay.
Chester would roll still, unfortunately, because
Yeah.
Chester
Yeah.
knows what's going on, but Revia can roll an assistance.
Assist, yeah.
Wait, you don't have to roll. It's a DC 10.
Yeah.
So you're getting the help either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have a plus 12 on this one rather than a plus 10.
Okay.
Right.
So
To the.
I
to the
don't need
nice
to roll
guys.
then.
Well, you
You need
roll.
to roll.
You still need to
Oh,
roll.
I thought you said I did.
I'm assisting
That's
you.
what Got it.
Because-
Okay. Oh, he
Oh
does.
no, my
Oh.
God! You're.
That's horrible. We're
Mhm.
fucked. Rip.
I'm rolling horribly tonight. Last
Yep.
time I rolled really, really well.
All right.
Feel bad.
I'm gonna tell you, it was not a very high DC for two of them to be like, sure. But Avamar is just gonna be like, whatever, and just eat the food right then
Honestly,
and there.
he might be fine.
The war shark. Yeah, he's good.
He might be fine, he might not be. He has eaten. I have to go check what this man's fort save is.
Yeah, but we could excuse that to him eating too quickly, which is upsetting his stomach.
You want to try to trick him into that? Good.
Or we said that the food wasn't properly seasoned.
That doesn't make someone sick.
That doesn't make someone sick.
Maybe the seasoning just disagreed with him.
Got a secret allergy. Who knows?
Well, if literally
Yeah, there
one
was
person
nuts in
gets
there.
sick,
Then
Well-
if one person gets sick, it's fine.
You
Unironically.
certainly will be able to get the food inside, and Sandra can cast purify food and drink, and Ambrose. I'm just gonna roll let's like D20. Let's see here.
Damn it.
God!
please
I will
come
help him as
on.
much as I can.
Okay. He's not gonna improve the food much, so it's gonna kind of look the same, which is kind of weird. It's just like to spice up the food.
It's seasoning.
Could I
You're not gonna really see
appraise
it.
the food to make it look better?
What?
Use appraise to make the food look better?
Wait, are you
No.
praising the food and
I
then it'll
don't
look
think that works that way.
Anyway.
That's fantastic.
Presentation, you know?
Anyway. All right.
Okay.
So you've managed to get rid of a. Hey, Yaalkol. You kept being told to wait for food. Are you gonna wait?
The Yaalkol would wait if he was told to. Yaalkol is not a difficult person when it comes to this stuff. He knows that his produce knows best.
Oh
So
well,
he just does what they say.
Okay.
I'll just hand the plate back.
Yeah.
And when the guy starts eating, I'm like, probably tasted better with this stuff.
Uh huh. So what are you going to do to help this werewolf man out?
Is he actively having?
He has not made his check yet. You could do something to help him out beforehand. I will tell you, Sandra does not have any of the appropriate spells memorized.
I don't have any of those spells memorized.
I don't think I
can't
ever.
cast it.
I don't think I ever ended up buying that hold poison one.
What can I do to help someone pass a check?
You can make a heal check, but you'd probably have to trick him into thinking what you're doing to help him.
Yeah,
So it'd probably
that's
require
fucking
some bluff with whoever can make a heal check.
hard. I have this sweet -1 bluff.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I
and
have
you can always like make him throw it out.
That's. I think that's worse.
Can you purify food from inside?
No, you cannot do that.
I figured I would ask.
I mean, I have this thing where I can like make him immune. Is it?
What are you trying to cast? All right, listen, you gotta tell us.
Can you
spell, man.
subtly cast it?
Well, I can say that I have a cool spell that will make him sprout wings and be gorgeous. And,
What
Please
spell?
don't.
and angelic.
Poison.
It's called angelic aspect. It's,
Oh, that sounds fine. Well,
Right?
it
No,
sounds
wait.
mostly fine.
In the middle of.
It's
Yeah.
not.
I don't remember if
the worst
it's poison
It's on
or
my
if it's
spell
death.
list too. So.
Jacob, are you able to transform him into something that is immune to poison?
I
God.
think so. Most of the things are
I know
grotesque.
this. Hold on. We have precedence that he's done this, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be out of character, and it would give him the ability to resist the poison. So I'm just saying, as a last-ditch effort, that could be a thought. Does anyone have a better idea?
I mean, that would be only one
I
check.
have given a pretty low floor.
Someone
Got nothing.
Someone would have to trick this man into becoming a horrible monster for a little while.
I don't want to do that.
He's a
don't think-
werewolf. I don't think that should be very difficult.
I don't think B-shape gives you immunity to poison though.
No, but I think being undead might.
Please don't make this man undead.
What?
Don't kill him.
No, I'm not gonna
Like,
kill it.
Oh,
Make it look like it.
I have. Well, it's a dumb idea. We could ask the master of skills. He could do anything. He's a druid.
It's
That's
not
gonna be
a bad
pretty-
idea. He's not necessarily against us. And if we tell him that somebody's poisoned this meal,
That looks
Then-
bad. Well, but he's not here on the council duty actually.
it doesn't
Oh,
look bad
I bubble.
necessarily, because that's insane to look bad. Because if somebody poisons you, you don't say, "Wow, it's such a bad look. How didn't you see that coming, idiot?" It's not normal. We had a party, but you know we're all a bunch of psycho murderers. So I'll just accept the fact that they'll be mad at me. So.
I'm on board with Master of Gales. I think that could work.
Sounds better than randomly
Let me
transforming
just check-
someone.
let me just check.
Like I said, I put a low floor. I needed a better idea.
Oh, I know.
Anything else? Is there
Wait,
anything
hold
else?
on. Okay, this is actual question.
Do you have any
I have to look
scrolls?
this up real fast. Look.
Fortunately, I got no.
Let's
Wait.
search one.
What does this do?
Let's take a look at this man's spell list and what he's got
I'm trying to
memorized.
intimidate him not to eat.
What? All right, we have antitoxin. Does that help here?
Antitoxin in a drink, give it to him. That could also work. Right? Like
Plus
before
5
drinking.
alchemical bonus to poisons against saves. We have 2 of those.
Can
Thank God
somebody
for my note
slip?
keeping.
Can somebody slip my
note-keeping.
stone of good luck on him?
I was gonna say, well, have one of the waitresses refresh his glass with that.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
of antitoxin.
I really find this funny because it's like you're drugging him secretly to make
We're
sure.
anti-drugging him. We're anti-drugging him.
We're gonna slip him a Mickey with antitoxin.
It's the opposite of drugging.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna look up a thing.
Okay, I guess I will remove it vial of antitoxin from the party sheet.
Okay, honestly, I'm not sure how to make it not taste probably...
Prestidigitation, if someone
Yep.
has it.
I have it.
Prestidigitation.
I have it.
And rum. In rum.
That's actually one of its few stated things.
It is
that it
one of the
does.
things it does. Is it make thing you can make
Yeah,
it taste
flavor.
like something else.
Yeah, you make this antitoxin taste like rum and mix it
Yeah.
with rum, so it's actually like just rum now. And you just give him...
Yeah, fuck it, right?
Alright.
It's gonna help him, maybe.
Thank God I wrote everything down in the party sheet, guys.
Alright. This sweet extra bonus. Let's see how well he rolls now. Sweet, he got
Oh
a
my
32. He's good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Crisis averted.
We did it, boys.
All I'm saying is,
We
there's
just
this
so
bug
stuffed.
called the Formian that's immune to poison. And it would have solved everything 5 minutes ago.
I think of all the challenges.
He'll like kind of like a scrunched look on his face for a moment. He's like, "Ugh, perhaps I'm drinking too much rum. This calls for more rum."
More rum.
Understandable.
I don't-
hero.
Well, we should also have someone to purify the rum.
Yeah.
So it becomes water?
No.
it would just be rum without the toxin in it.
Yeah.
Which is
Technically,
rum?
alcohol's a toxin.
No, but alcohol's not a poison in
Yeah, I don't think
mechanically.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so sad.
I'll just make it all taste like rum. Every time someone brings up a mug, I'll be like, oh, this is rum now. I just live in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
That was the hardest skill test.
Okay.
We just rolled like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I get plus 10 to my diplomacy and was rolling crap.
It happens, man.
That's why I just get really high numbers, because even when I
You
roll
just
bad,
don't
it's
have
fine.
to roll.
Yeah, because I historically roll bad.
I
right.
diversified, so.
I have 2 skills. Well, I have 3.
Diplomacy and profession sailor?
All right.
I got
So
I got a couple skills that are good.
dinner will continue as the meal continues, seemingly without less of an issue. Though you will notice something during the fight, during the entire thing. As much as your 3 guests are, keeping to themselves, certainly of the 3 that are here, Captain Daramar isn't really saying a lot, and Lady Bloodmorn is continuing her small talk. But you will notice something going on with Avamar Sornash. He'll actually come up to look towards you. You're cool. And be like, what can you tell me about one of that woman there that's serving the drinks? She's a fine one.
Oh no.
Is it just like one of the serving women?
It seems to be Odessa, the woman that's in charge of all the serving women. The madam in charge of all the courtesans.
I would say she came here with some of the other women here. Apparently, the guy that they were with was kind of a jerk. So,
she seems familiar. I've seen her before, I swear it. Where could I have been?
Yaalkol would just plainly say, I think she was a courtesan for this.
You know where she came from originally?
She told me, right? She said that did we imply? I can't remember.
She did say she was working, originally her and the girls were working in a brothel in Quent. And basically made a getaway because it was not so nice. It wasn't like the religious brothel, it's just a brothel.
Yeah, it's not the church. It's the, just a whorehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, I think somewhere in Quent.
You don't say.
I did.
Mm-hmm. As the dinner finishes up, Odessa and her courtesans will begin to clear the tables, kind of like setting up for the dinner. You can actually see Sornash be like, "Greetings, madam. We've met before, haven't we?" Perhaps we have. I can't say for sure. No, I'm sure of it. Back in the days in Quint. Perhaps we can still rekindle some of those old passions from back in those days.
Oh no, buddy.
Fucking creeper.
Don't get back with your ex, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it.
Oh, I'm sure perhaps we've had some passions in the past, maybe, or not. I can't say for sure. I do not recall.
This man spent one night with a prostitute and fell in love.
He's just a typical dude.
He will actually kind of be like, "Oh, but I'm sure you remember. Perhaps we can spend a little time together and I can truly remind you."
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, this conversation will continue for a while. And certainly Odessa doesn't want anything to do with him, it seems. We
see this?
What? You're right there!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say something.
Yeah. Well, I need to know proximity here. My plan only works if I'm not, like, right next to them.
You're probably, like, honestly, you're probably across the table. The three of them were probably on, like, one side of the table. And you were probably on the other side of the table.
I will actually, like, get up and I'll, like, look around for a second and be like, Odessa, I need you for a sec. And I, like, walk around and start walking upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need her to go with me real quick.
Okay, she seems like a fine woman. As a up-and-coming member of the council, you wouldn't want to make another member of the council upset by denying a man such beautiful time together.
Oh, God.
Wait a second. Like,
consent, brother.
You think I could give her to you? Do you know where you are? This is a bastion of freedom. Every man, woman that steps on this island is free. Mm-hmm. And what they want, they do. She said no. You have your answer.
Okay.
Yaalkol.
I'm not diplomatic. And
Hi. I'm going to just reveal this nice thing here because you guys...
yeah, she's going to get murdered or something.
I'm just going to save this and go to this... He's very drunk.
Yeah.
You know, this happens.
Yeah, he's going to... Yeah, This is a problem, guys.
I don't think he's a person anymore, so a whole person won't work.
No. He's... well, actually, it might. If he's still humanoid, it would work.
He's hybrid, so he might be, yeah. We need to contain the man. And let's hope no one gets...
Alright, well, I mean, like, the person that could probably make diplomacy left with the lady that you had, so...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have this person attack Yaalkol, because, you know, he's here.
I took her away, so she didn't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
I
does he
did
actually
the
attack-
diplomatic route.
That was technically not the diplomatic route. Actually being diplomatic with him would have been the diplomatic route.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I sure sold him a hooker, bro.
Hey, he doesn't know what I was doing. Maybe I needed her to grab something.
Well, that's when he just talked to Yaalkol about things. You left him alone with Yaalkol.
Cool.
It's not my problem.
All right, I gotta.
It kind of is.
Yeah, it kind of is. Anyway, hi, I've got this hybrid form. I guess he's just gonna draw his sword.
Wrestle match?
No,
We
he's
could play
gonna.
this off as a wrestle match.
He's gonna sword the crap out of Yaalkol. I'm just gonna roll this.
Close am I?
He is. Let me see what he would be in. You're probably across the table from this guy. Let me see what it. I'm just seeing what he would have. I mean, honestly, he did not take off his armor because it's his way. And he probably has his weapons because it's his way. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna roll this nice attack here.
19 will not do it.
Okay. You managed to get like yourself kind of like dodge out of the way. So you kind of like just in like gigantic wolf form pulls out a longsword and kind of just drops it down where you would have been. All right. Well,
And I get over to over the table between them.
rolling initiative right now. We're in initiative right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I polymorph this guy? Is that cool? Are we gonna be mad? Jacob?
Most of your polymorphing has to be willing. Also, anyway.
No,
It's baleful.
We have to put our tokens down.
no, an unwilling creature it has no effect. No, that's baleful polymorphism.
Just do something here.
Of course. Can't roll for shit.
Well, I didn't roll well either.
Oh, there we go. You know, at least someone might be going first.
Should I enter myself into initiative?
I forget.
Sure. You're not that far away.
It's not letting me drag my character.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Oh my god, a lot of high initiative.
Well, some of us.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's having a nap.
He's just trying not to get mad.
Alright. Let me draw out this token.
Are you drawing out mine?
Uh,
For some reason, I'm not able to place my token.
you should be able to. That's kind of weird.
Don't know. I'm dragging it off my sheet and nothing's appearing.
Drag it out of the journal, not the sheet.
Yeah, drag it out of the
Yeah.
journal, not the sheet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm used to.
I have.
Well,
I guess Nat's technically here. If she
I
wants
mean, do you want me to shoot this man with my gun? Or
no,
explode him
you
with
have to
magic?
potentially,
So-
have make him stop spells.
I don't.
Also,
I was
I'm going to tell you, it'd probably be really terrible to kill one of your people
Yeah.
that's in
No,
charge.
we're very much not trying to kill him.
Uh,
Trying to restrain the man.
mhm.
All my spells are murder.
could you-
Yeah, you know, I don't normally
I
prepare myself
actually had
for.
a 19.
All right, Misty. There's a very drunk and belligerent werewolf here who's already attacked Yaalkol.
Weird class features.
There we go.
I'm not going to really have it on the map because he's just like across the table. He's like in everyone's face pretty much right now.
You know what? My initiative's actually wrong. I should have a +2 to that. This is a fun note. Like, oh, man, I'm a fucking like murder machine. I want to kill this dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly not a talker. If I have anything that could help.
What's the penalty for attacking non-lethally? It's like
know
a
if it-
-2 or something?
-4.
We're only melee weapons, right?
I don't think a gun can
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
non-lethal.
only melee weapons, unfortunately.
And you do like half damage or some shit. It's
No,
like,
you do the normal damage.
No.
No,
You just do non-lethal, and
Yeah.
once you reach your hit points in non-lethal, you pass out.
Yeah.
I'm not great at restraining people. So I had to look at this spell real fast. What is range? This has touch spell. It's
I
not
wonder if we can use a restoration spell on him to make him not drunk anymore.
You
so
might still be
maybe-
pissed though.
Well, he'll probably realize this is a bad look for him.
I guess I'll like run over to Yaalkol and just try to shield of faith him. Maybe it gives you a little bit more of a bonus. Curiosity, you would get a deflection bonus.
Shield, it's deflection. I don't think so. Unfortunately.
What's your current deflection?
No, I only have one deflection, so it'll give me exactly one bonus.
Well, dude, you would actually, because mine's a 3 currently, so you would have a
2 bonus.
+3 deflection.
Excellent.
That's like all I could do, because everything else I have is kill.
Yeah, that's all I'd normally do too.
I'm an Inquisitor. Self buffs or kill. But that is my turn, I guess.
Okay. Jacub, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna cast Bestow Curse on him and make him. I guess I was thinking about making him less intelligent, so he seems like a jerk. But-
No, that's probably bad.
You think so?
Yep.
I mean, as bad as a guy attacking someone with a sword.
We need him to be. We need his intellect to catch in to make him stop before he dies, or one of us die, or God forbid everyone dies.
All right. Well, I guess I can make his strength lower then. I guess so he's hard to hit you.
That's probably ideal for
that
right
would
now.
actually not be bad.
Yeah. We gotta just grapple him until he comes down.
Yeah. We gotta try to grapple this man and restrain him.
Okay. Here, the DC for that is a will save. The will save, spell resistance applies, and my DC is level 3, so that's a 18.
Okay. So you're casting what on him? Sorry.
Bestow Curse.
Bestow Curse. Okay.
Yeah, I can link.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, let me just roll this. Will save that. There it goes. Alright,
I guess he's probably cursed.
he's probably cursed. What curse did you put on him?
The Curse of Weakness. I'll make his limbs wither a little bit, and his muscles grow a little smaller, so he gets a little weak. But he'll get a -6 to ability score, then also -4 on attack rolls. Wait, choose one. So I think I'll do the -4. What's better, -4 on Haol's attack roll?
-4 on attack rolls.
Yeah, -4 on attack rolls.
Yeah, because you get -3 when it's the strength.
Yeah. But
Well, the
lowering
strength loses
strength
CMD.
lowering strength lowers a lot of other things.
Yeah. Strength does lower like CMD and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to try to grapple him, you want to lower his strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll make him weaker.
Okay.
Well, this is
Strength
ability check.
will reduce then. Alright. Next would be Revia.
Probably hear a commotion.
Yeah, I hear.
As you're like
commotion.
walking up the stairs, like you can see that
and
something's
I'm
going
actually
on.
telling you to like go grab stuff because figured if I'm up here, might as well get her to grab things. Like what the hell? In Bespar's name, can you go grab this stuff? And I start walking down.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk down and I just seem like, now what's happening?
Well, I mean, like, there's a giant wolf man, like, up
I-
on the table, with a long sword in one hand and an axe in the other, going after Yaalkol.
No, I understand what's happening. She's exclaiming, "What the hell's happening?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't really got any spells to handle something like this.
Rio does these, not here.
You can try to diplomatize.
Good.
Yeah,
try to diplomatize.
I wanna-
put him down.
What's his name? Avamar?
Avamar Sornash.
Avamar, put down the arms. You're here to represent the council. Is this how you want to display it? Let us all be peaceful and reconcile here.
I'm going to tell you, probably words aren't going to get to him now that he's shape-changed. You can tell.
Yeah, I'm trying, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know that's not going to happen? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's going to growl and I guess just, be up in Yaalkol's face. But,
I guess I'll cast the spell on myself swiftly. Actually, you know what I'll do? Do I want to summon a chaotic bear to help try to grapple him? That is the question I ask myself in this moment. I'll wait on that.
Okay.
That'll be a sight.
That'd be cool.
The bear is proficient with grapple. My skin turns iron.
Okay.
And I guess probably use all my movement to get back.
Alright, then we have next up, Chester. You're certainly before this man.
I'm trying to figure out which thing I should do. I could try calling him out.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he focuses on me.
Might help.
But also take him to have to get over to me, too.
Yeah.
Avamar, if you wish to fight, fight me.
Brave.
Okay, so it makes a...
I make an intimidate check.
Okay.
Against a hostile creature within 30 feet that can clearly see or hear me.
DC is equal to 10 plus its hit dice plus its
and
wisdom
its
modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see how many hit
Or if it has sense motive, it's higher. It would be that sense motive instead of.
He does not. He does not. So.
Well, hopefully I can actually roll well on this one.
Hopefully.
Or I just wasted.
You got this. I believe in you.
Oh,
Never mind. I don't believe
fucking.
Unfortunate.
I rolled a 4 again.
Tonight is insane. It's just these rolls.
You know, I thought we were going into the second half of this party, we're gonna do fine, but everything seems to just be crumbling.
Like the first half, I was rolling crits.
I remember vaguely last time Tentis being like, "You guys are gonna have a hard time
I'm
fucking this up
assuming
next
you have
session."
higher than a 17.
Well, we haven't fucked everything up. We've been like pretty lukewarm on success right now.
Alright.
A little hit or miss.
The poison was inspired. That we clutched that out. I don't know how we did that, but it was clutched out.
I know what I'm gonna do on my turn at least.
Alright.
I'm gonna summon a bear to grapple
turn.
this man.
Is this higher than a 17?
Yes. Yes, his
Okay.
hit dice plus his wisdom
Well,
modifier is indeed.
In that case, I'm going to then just move
Okay.
and try to get in between them.
Okay. I have to I'm just recalculating stuff with a loss of strength.
Yeah, it's a -3 to everything.
Yes.
The strength things, yeah.
Nice.
Which means instead of plus 15 to hit, he has plus 12. Yeah, I did math right. I doubted myself for a second.
Don't
You
worry.
did it!
Don't worry about it. I just have to do that because he's got 1 billion attacks.
Oh, God. I'm not really actually scared of him.
Weapon fighting.
I have a plan.
Also, he's a werewolf.
He has bites and claws as secondary.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna.
He has
let's
stuff
see if
in
I can-
both hands, so he wouldn't have claws.
Yeah, he's not close.
True, just bites.
I'm just making sure this is all correct. Strength reductions there. Strength reductions there. That is not correct. Didn't enter in correctly. The change there. Oh, that's not correct there. All right. He's just gonna attack Yaalkol. Yaalkol's in front of him. I mean, it's what he does right now in his state. All those, and all those. I'm guessing a 31 will hit you.
Yeah, 31 does it. I don't think anyone else does.
Okay.
Yeah, I have exactly 30 AC right now.
Yeah. So let me just check here. Nothing else activates, so he's only hit one there. Oh.
So is that 6 legit, or am I taking more damage?
That is legitimately how much damage he would be doing. I'm just making sure that is true. I mean, it would have been 3 more. The curse certainly seems to have an effect on him. I have to look up what the hell favored terrain does, because he's technically in his favored terrain. Unfortunately, Yaalkol is not his favorite enemy.
Yet.
I mean, you know. Alright, let's take a look here. Favored terrain. What does he get? I think it's a bonus to initiative, which doesn't really matter.
No, it's not
Is he?
great.
What terrain does this count as right now? Is this like urban?
No, I'm going to count it as
Indoors?
what it actually is, jungle.
Postal? Oh.
No.
You are in technically a jungle most of this place, so I was just counting it as jungle. Hey, it's bonus to nothing helpful. Okay, his initiative's too high, it doesn't really matter. Alright, I'll just change it to 11. Okay, you're cool. What do you want to do?
I have my weapons with me.
Again.
Alright, Yaalkol, like, look at his hammer, look at him, and then he'll, like, growl and drop the hammer and go to, I will rage and, try to grapple him.
Okay, then it's you have to make a touch attack to initiate it, which does provoke an attack of opportunity. And then, so let me roll that. It'd be long. So, you know what? He'll bite of opportunity. He's kind of savage. So I think you would add a little bit of. So add bonus to this here. Not enough. Doesn't matter. Okay. Nope.
All right. Touch attack is this. 31.
That'll hit his touch AC certainly.
All
So
right,
now
and
you
then that's
make
CMB.
CMB check versus CMD.
I have -4, I believe, because I don't have improved grapple. Do I understand that correctly, or?
No, it would give you a bonus. Most of the time, they give you a bonus rather than take a penalty.
God damn it, dude.
That's a really good CMB.
I know, but it was such a shit roll.
That's a shit roll, yeah. That's an 8.
Yeah,
Well-
but that would crush my CMB.
Fortunately, that is enough.
He's cursed.
He is cursed.
Thank you,
That makes a
Jacob,
difference.
for the win on this one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay, so you got him
And
on
I'm just-
grapple.
I just scream, "Calm down!" Very Yaalkol not understanding the irony
Yeah.
of him screaming.
Misty.
this.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is entirely up to you. Misty is going to, because Misty knows that there is a floofy man who can do stuff that can immobilize this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is he here right now? He's an officer. He probably would be here. I'm just asking.
And
what's on
this
you.
was right around the time that Rio was talking about heading off. So Rio
Yeah.
probably have hung around for the party. So I can say,
Yeah.
sure, Rio's in the room.
Okay. How do you? I'm gonna ask him to. I'm gonna spend my turn to tell him to do something.
Okay.
How do we want to handle that?
We'll just have you, if you do that, you'll have Rio take action this turn.
Okay. So Rio's gonna look at this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and Rio's going to attempt to forbid action him.
Okay.
It is a will save.
All right. I'm going to click this.
DC 22.
No.
Whoa.
If it's DC 22, then
He's
he will
22.
fail.
He cannot attack. He cannot make any attack actions anymore.
Okay. Can you click on the spell just so we can see it then?
Bam.
Bam.
So I assume he can still understand language.
Yes. Okay. I'm just seeing how. Is it just 1 round per level and
1 round per level.
Damn, that's a good spell.
It's amazing. So
right.
11 rounds, he cannot make any attack actions.
Okay. I'm going to say, what do you want to do with this man? He has one thing he can do. That's attack. He's drunk. He has a couple of ranger spells, but he's really drunk. He's not going to cast them right now. None of them are really helpful to, like, murder people. I'm going to say, like, they're buffs that, he can do before fight.
Do we have do we have ways to sober people up?
Neutralize poison, sober someone. You could also attempt to calm him down with calm emotions. Honestly, if you really want, he's grappled. You can try the diplomacy. Now you have time. It's gonna be a higher DC than it was before.
I think we try diplomacy, but we also get Sandra and see if she can do anything.
Yeah,
I can assist.
I'll try to be talking him down while Sandra's trying to see,
To calm him down.
Yeah.
peer through her mind
I-
to see if she has any spells that can help us.
I can assist. I get plus 10.
Yeah, then that means you can just assist because it's a DC.
Okay.
One other person could assist if there's someone else that wants to help. Remember, I can say 2 people can assist in this.
It's a Diplo.
Because Yaalkol's who's like basically because Yaalkol's probably still holding him down. He can't fight back because you can't attack, so he can't really do much.
It's a Diplo check.
It would be a diplomacy check.
Rio could do it. He has 10 Diplo.
Okay. So
Get a +4 to this.
you get a +4 to this.
All right, factored in.
Actually, let me
Alright.
check something to see if maybe one of your NPCs has something to help out, like Conquer Bar.
Your Conqueror might just be able to
I
immediately
can give myself a +2 competency bonus.
Let's see here. Alright, you know what? So, yeah. Conkabar is going to basically help you out here in 2 ways.
Fire competence.
He's going to inspire some competence, and he's going to hold it for these 10 rounds needed. So use up 10 of his rounds of bardic knowledge, because it is 10 rounds that you're going to have to take doing this. And on the final round, he's going to use one of his spell slots to cast Gallant Inspiration, add you 2d4. So go ahead and make your roll. You might need it. There's a very angry werewolf here.
So what's my bonus from his Inspired Confidence?
His Inspired Competence is up to +3.
Okay, and then so I get.
I will roll
2d4?
Gallant Inspiration because he's casting it.
My other bonuses are applied to this at the moment.
Okay.
Cool. I rolled a 3.
You did roll a 3.
Oh, gosh.
Well,
I mean, it's still a 33, but...
still a 33.
33 is good.
Does that
in
include
Pathfinder.
everything, including his bardic performance?
That includes everything. It's +4 from people aiding, +3 from the competence.
Okay. 37. Well.
Yeah, I didn't have tap and imbuter ready for today, so. That's a really high number.
It is, but he's the normal diplomacy check for him was pretty high, and I have to figure out how much of a penalty he has for being very angry and werewolfy. I will tell you, it would make it if it's only +10. There are situations where it can be even higher penalty. Because I have, with how belligerent and drunk he was, the DC it was originally, which was 24. I have to check diplomacy now. Just to look at it, just to see.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I could have added that spell. I forgot about it. Hold on. I forget I have these pearls of power sometimes.
Let's see here. Normally it's -10. Oh, is that why it was that number? I'm just checking here something. That is indeed why it was a number. He was hostile, that's why it's 24. Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because I know the hostile is 20 plus charisma, I think.
Yes, his charisma's an 8.
Yeah, he's not a charismatic boy.
Oh, sorry, you're right. It's 25 plus charisma. That's what hostile.
Yeah, it's 25 plus charisma, so it's minus 1. It's he's not very charismatic boy. All right.
He was 24 is his hostile. He's a little more hostile now, I guess.
I mean, I don't think he could be technically more hostile, but you have him.
Big wolf, big dog right now.
He is a big dog right now, a big wolf man.
Even at a minus 10.
And you have the minute needed to make the diplomacy check.
You know what dogs really understand is when a bigger dog gets mad at them. I can make a cool for this huge dog.
Please stop.
No. Please no.
Don't make this worse.
So, you basically he's kind of sitting there. He's kind of frothing. He's very angry. He's pissed off. You take the minute, kind of talking him down, kind of trying to calm him down, trying to be this unbecoming, this is not worth it. You're getting into a fight.
Calm down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it.
Oh my god. Why?
Okay. So, certainly, after a minute, of listening to you, he'll, kind of get down from the table. You'll notice that he certainly won't be trying to, once he the spell ends, I guess you're once you're done talking to him, you kind of give him that chance. You have your cool let go of him, and he'll he'll kind of just stab his sword into the ground and just hawk his axe into the table next to him, and then just kind of scream to someone, bring me more rum.
Rum for the house. For everyone. No, we start trying to get celebrations going.
He's very upset. He's we're
trying to move past it, okay?
Yeah. Yes, you made him indifferent. That counts enough. He's just upset still.
Yeah.
By a lot.
We just don't want to linger on this because it make him more mad.
Mm-hmm. He's still a wolf man.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Maybe he'll drink himself under the table.
Yeah. He's more constitution as a wolf man. It's harder for him to drink himself under a table.
It means he's more likely to.
That is also true. Yeah, he has a crap ton of hit dice. I'm just gonna say. But anyway, as more kind of dessert, kind of the evening is dying down. Aldessa has kind of taken a step away, but one of the courtesans, a younger one, is going to kind of come up to you, Revia, and kind of tap you on the shoulder.
Yes?
If you could, I wish to discuss something. In private.
Get up. Excuse myself. I'll go with her.
I have to confess to something.
Go on.
The big, scary man that is, still drinking out there, I was asked to, I was out back, getting rid of a few of the scraps in the back alley, cleaning up after the dinner. And, a beautiful woman approached me and asked for me to serve Lord Sornash a special drink. I don't know why, but I never thought to refuse. So...
Yeah. Can you describe this lady?
Yes. She will offer a description that sounds incredibly like the Nerid Sephinia.
That wasn't expected.
That was not expected.
Literally, honestly, kind of, it's chaotic bullshit,
Yeah. Was this before or after the situation?
Before it.
What's the timeline on when the event happened? Was it like, soon after he drank this?
I've drunken a few things. I recognized what was being added to the drink. It was an aphrodisiac.
Oh,
a potent one.
God, the narrative.
Hey, man. They're horny.
That's why he was so
Nerds are very horny.
Also, the werewolf was really horny, too.
Yeah.
Just why?
Drunken, horny werewolf.
She probably charmed you. Like, you're all good. Not your fault.
Okay. Shall I get
No,
back
I
to
know
work?
for a fact she charmed you. She gets like a charming aura. Why? Well, that explains that. I must collect myself and figure out what to do with this information.
Maybe she likes horny werewolves.
It's about this time that, of course, a lot of the guests will go to the various lodgings you've set up for them. It's the evening time. So people will be retiring, and your group can meet. So far, Harsk and Landless have not returned from their adventures.
Should we take our break here?
Yes, I just noticed the time. Thank you. So, yes, I just noticed that it was past 11. So, if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and do them, and we'll be back in a little bit as the dinner ends and the aftermath can be discussed. I'm just going to hit these
Jinx.
buttons. Who owes you a soda? I don't remember.
Lightning.
Okay.
What?
You're never gonna get that soda.
I said Jinx.
All right. So, yeah.
Woo.
You are currently after the party. At most, right now, as the party is calming down, a Mr. Captain Daramar is going to go up to you and be like, once I am settled into the room you provided, if you would be so nice to introduce you to the narrator that you were mentioning.
Yeah, of course. I need to speak with her anyway.
Okay.
I look to, I guess, the party that we're probably all having little chats. Anyone want to come along to speak to the narrator?
Who? Oh, that lady. I don't really know.
Oh, it's Athena.
You can't come.
Why can't he?
He wanted to go swim with her to his death.
That's fine. I mean, it's his choice.
You really don't like me.
I'm
huh?
paying
No,
him
I
still,
do like
okay?
you, but your choice is your choice.
Oh, okay.
I'm never gonna take your choice away from you. That's kind of.
Well, I think she has a charm spell that she passively activates.
She most definitely does. Cause yeah. I'm just gonna stay here, but good luck with that. Don't drown.
I mean,
Maybe
you can come if
I
you
need
want,
to
but
talk a lot of you, so whoever goes, don't die.
I likely won't die. She's relatively friendly.
There's 2 people who want to meet the big guy.
Cool. I guess it's just me and you. No problem.
Take Chester with you. He's a pretty smart guy.
I don't know Chester that well. I don't know if he has a strong will.
Stronger than mine, probably.
Let's just go. Come on. No problems here. We don't have to worry about it. Listen,
Hit the head.
anything dangerous on that other island we killed because it tried to kill us first.
Alright,
Okay, fair.
So,
And I think
who's going?
just me and him, I guess.
I bring
No one
the
else
Captain
wanted to-
Daramar right now.
Might as
Oh
well.
yeah, you bring him with us, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm bringing the dude that wanted to see the narrative.
Daramar's gonna hook up with this lady. I'm just gonna warn you.
I'm gonna sit there and watch him from the corner, like what?
You're so fucking weird.
Like, why would
No, there's no weapon. You just said I was gonna watch them hook up, alright? And
No, so why would I sit there and watch them? I'm just gonna go back.
You're gonna go back
Alright.
to your girlfriend.
I have a wife. Okay.
You do have a business wife.
You have a what? Business one?
Yeah,
Sounds like
I'm wife
the
up,
whole,
okay?
the whole thing. They're contractually married because of business.
Well, you know,
Sounds like
and now
tax fraud.
she is working as an administrator. For
So, those of you that are heading for Safina and her grotto will be able to eventually locate the Nereid at the location you had seen her before. Anyway, as you arrive, you will see she'll hold something into the air and light it off, and dude, as a firework will fly up into the sky and burst.
All my fireworks.
Where'd you get?
And then she's going to say, "I'm sorry, but the tiny man has made me do this." Anyway, I will need some saves from you people that are there.
Tiny man.
This is the worst. Okay, I just wanted to be friendly. I hate this. I want to go home.
I need
I'm
to
praying.
grab-
I'm praying really hard for my save right now.
Dwarf?
Okay. Oh, that's a good. That's a low roll,
I need
but a
to
good number.
get
Still.
out her her sheet here because I gotta check how this
Woo!
works. Let's see here. Oh, I have to like actually open this up because
22 is pretty. It's a pretty good number still.
Dude, 1-2 is pretty fantastic.
With the enchantment spell, I get +2 as well.
cool.
I think if I remember last time, that's what Jacub rolled. So
Yeah, don't know what she's doing though. She. she's
Anyway,
compelled by something.
I'm going to roll something for a man you brought with you because just the three of you, right?
Yeah, I guess no one else wanted to go.
That's not him. That's him. Okay.
Which, you know, this is fine. He
I'm
has a
just gonna
good will
this
save,
DC.
obviously.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. He's got a lot. He's also a druid, so he gets some bonuses.
Yeah, he's got a big will. I was never will.
Anyway, and let me see what your other numbers are. Okay. So none of you are affected by her beguiling aura. That's nice. Anyway, let's see what she does to you. I have to look up stuff and figure it out.
She's really going for this.
I guess the tiny man told her to
Look,
kill you.
I will let you all make knowledge nature checks if you want to. I'm gonna have.
That's them, not me.
I'm gonna
sure
have
brought the genie with me. Damn it.
You should have.
Jacob, if you want to roll it since you're there.
Yeah, I want to do.
Jacob, you will realize something about Nerits. They have a mystical shawl connected to their life force, and if someone steals it, they would be compelled to control that person because they're threatening their lives.
Oh.
Okay, so can I be like?
So when she
Wait,
said,
wait,
the
wait.
tiny man is making me do it, that sounds like someone stole her shawl and is forcing her to attack you.
I'm gonna go. Wait. Okay, I get why you're doing it. Okay, I get that your life is in danger. If I remember correctly, when did he? Where is he? Who is he?
She's probably not going to answer you while she's like, thinks her life is threatened. I mean, like, that's just.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree with Tantus on this one.
But at least being able to say that Revia can kind of be like, what?
Yes. It seems as though he is mentioning something about being someone. I don't know. Roll this. I rolled terribly for her. That's good for you, at least, that she, have some chances to do some stuff. Anyway. Roll some initiatives. Have some tokens on the board. I've got to bring a man token out.
I guess I should non-lethally beat her into.
I did not have
any
this
token.
man's
Well, that's
token set up very well. So let's
No.
just quickly.
I thought better of finishing that sentence.
Where is? Oh, I'm so blind, so very blind.
What's the druid's name? I can never remember.
Captain Daramar.
Okay.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Cool. Okay, let me just pull out his sheet then properly there. Where is it? I had it here for a second ago.
Man, this party's kind of a nightmare, guys. We should never host one again.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad party a little bit. Anyway, let me roll that there.
AP just, you can't enjoy your time ever doing anything.
So he rolled enough to know that she is certainly probably under the effects of someone that could steal that. But what does he have that would actually help?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask him. Do you have anything for this, or do we just have to knock her unconscious?
He'd be like, if someone has taken her shawl, then either knocking her unconscious or waylaying her with magic would be the best bet. What cruel monster would do such a thing to a beautiful creature of nature is beyond me.
He's a small man.
Anyway, I have a couple of things here to keep an eye on. Let's see here. We should try to capture her so we can find out as soon as possible. She must have that rocket may have been some kind of signal.
It must have.
They might be attacking the fort.
Possibly.
Or coming here.
All right.
I don't have my Bismar hat. Can't flee into the sea.
I'm just gonna let's see here.
I wear a hat of disguise now, so I don't have to look in a horrible dress.
It's a nice dress.
It's horrifying. The whole getup is terrible.
We're in danger.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
I mean, you chose to take the big druid with you, and he's honestly he's a CR 12.
Honestly, I'm fine. I'm a badass.
I'm sorry, no, he's a CR.
I mean, it usually just takes one failed save.
Look, that was one time. I recall the horrors of the Aboleth where I almost killed the party.
I mean, I guess I will look up what his special ability is here, because honestly, I don't know what the fuck this does, but it does non-lethal damage a number of times per day. So he'll probably use that on this Nerid lady. I did not expect you to bring this guy with you, so thank you.
Well, I mean, he wanted to go.
That's true.
He literally asked. He's like, hey,
it's very true. Where the hell is this in your... Do you take... Oh, you have the weather domain. That's where it's coming from. Good to know. Cool. So you're a domain cleric. Awesome. That makes it easy to look up what this will do. There we go. Stormburst. As a standard action, create a burst of energy as a ranged touch attack. Deals non-lethal points of damage. Great. All right. Target's buffered by winds and range, causing to make penalty to attack rolls. Great. Okay. I'm gonna roll a d20 for this man, and let's see what we roll. Rolled a 17. That's pretty good. Where's my Nerid character sheet to see what her touch AC is? Pretty high. But I think he might touch her still. Let me see what his base attack is, okay, so you get plus 12 to this. That's a 29. That'll hit. So I'm gonna roll some non-lethal damage. Cool. 10 non-lethal damage to the Nerid. Alright then. Well...
Is this like an active effect? Or...
No, he can just do that a number of times per day.
Cool. So I can go in there still, is basically what I'm asking.
Yes.
He gets you.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a mark here. Okay, Revia.
Yeah, me. The Giga Chat. Alright. How far away am I from?
Honestly, you probably, like, walked up to her, so we can say, like, 30 feet. She's technically in some water, though.
I have a swimming spear. No worries.
Okay.
Same. I have a ring that does it, so I'll move myself on 30 feet.
Yes.
All right. What am I gonna do? Is the question.
We kind of just have you on the map here. Yeah. We just have
Okay.
This, like over here, 30 feet, and we'll just put a Jacub 30.
Let me quickly look at some abominations real quick. If there's any summon monster 4s that are aquatic creatures that might be useful in this circumstance.
That I can't answer you.
It does not look like there's really any that are aquatic.
What is your limit on summoning?
Monster 4. Monster.
There you go.
Also in Monster 4?
It has to be chaotic or an animal. Could do a pterodon. I'm not gonna worry about it. I can do electric eel, I guess, but I'll just go in there and punch her. It's probably worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. Do I worry that this creature can hit me? Probably not. Well, maybe. Alright. I will, swift action. Cast. I'm gonna cast water breathing on myself.
Okay.
My swift action. Because I feel like I don't want to drown. And I will move 30 feet up to her as my move action.
Okay.
And I guess I'll non-lethally attack her.
Okay.
So just a -4 to this?
Yeah.
So 21?
A 21 will not hit.
Cool.
So. And that is not a nat 20, so you will not hit.
No, it was a 12.
Yeah. Okay. Her turn. Alright, let me just check some stuff here. What she does. Sue. Okay. I have to check what.
What's your spell upon me, Tantus? I am not scared.
Mm-hmm.
I should be scared, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm what you called hard coping right now?
I'm gonna roll this here. What's your touch AC?
22.
Okay. Ah, she doesn't touch you.
I'm scared of poison, though.
Uh-huh. I don't know why it says 1, because it should still be 0. Oh, it's just because non-lethal. She doesn't actually do damage with her touch. She just tries to reach out and touch you.
That's a high attack.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared. I'm officially scared, boys.
Okay, Jacub, what do you want to do?
Hey. Okay, so I guess so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and maybe move to this person. How far?
You'll be in the water if you go that far.
Okay, so can I activate as a standard action my boots of levitation? Can I just levitate over the water? Is that possible?
You can activate your boots of levitation. I think it would be a standard action though, so you'd be able to move over and levitate around her.
That's fine.
Can you move while levitating?
20 feet, I think. So if I spend no action,
because the levitate's like going to go up and down.
Yeah, I have to check boots of levitation.
Oh yeah, do you?
Because like otherwise, levitate is just a fly spell. Levitate is also just a bad spell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fine in general. It's good for getting upwards. You can't move horizontally, though, with levitate. But I don't know about the boots. The boots might be a little different.
Well, the boots say that they work as a spell. So.
Oh, then they're good for, like, going up something.
To, like, avoid a creature below you.
Or like, you know, like, oh, we have to go up this wall. You level the head up the wall. It's not great for like, it's because it's not fly.
Okay.
Yeah. Those,
All right,
those
well
would be
then-
wing boots.
I want to cast Stinking Cloud then, I guess, right on the outskirts. So, how do I do this? It's like, I guess it's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, like, maybe so, like, the edge is right here.
Okay. So kind of get her in a stinking cloud you're going to try to get into?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Alright. Then, what is your DC for Stinking Cloud, I guess is the question.
it is a level 3 spell, so it's 18, and here's the...
Alright. Well, she'll fail her fort save, apparently. So she's nauseated. Okay.
And I think it like, gives things like concealment, or like line of... I think this line of sight, I'm pretty sure.
She probably have 20% concealment from Revia, just because if she's at the edge of the cloud, if you're not trying to get Revia in it.
No, I'm not trying to get rid of it.
Okay. Well, Mace will do something.
It says also it obscures all sight, so like if she has to cast a spell that requires line of sight.
I mean, she's nauseated. She can't cast the spell.
Okay. Okay.
She's
Okay.
kind of removed from combat.
Yeah, she's kind of removed from combat, which means she might just remove herself from combat temporarily. She can swim still.
I can swim too. And I got water breathing.
There is something that is very helpful to her. I'm going to say that to her when she goes on. She uses the water. We'll worry about that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't know there. It's okay.
what the hell do a lot of these spells do? I don't know. Well,
What spells you got? Maybe I can help.
let's see here. Airwalk, Ball Lightning. He's not trying to murder it. Freedom of Movement, Sleet Storm. Not a lot of helpful spells for his high level.
No. Well, you could Sleet Storm. He could deal some damage to her, but
He might just try to like Storm Burst her again and take the penalty.
Sleet Storm, I think, might freeze the water surface though, so she
What?
can't flee that way.
Ooh, what can he wild shape into? He might wild shape into something. Honestly. Druid. That might be a better bet than a lot of what he's got. Spell-wise.
No, he doesn't lose wild. He loses the animal companion for the
Yep.
domain.
He has the nature bond, not the
Druids
animal
are so
companion.
fucking. Druids are so good.
Yeah.
What's this bear's fortitude say?
Maybe like have him fly back and try to get the rest of the guy. I was like, go, fly, you fool, get the rest of them.
I mean, if you want him to, he could be helpful just like to hit this thing.
Okay,
It's
I know
a
what I'm
person.
doing.
I can change it to something huge. Neat. And it says Beast Shape 3 at his level of Druid. Neat. Let's check Beast Shape 3. Huge creature. He would have... Oh, there it is. +6 strength, -4 dex. Okay. I need a list of animals. Come on, man. Just don't give me, like, this. I need, like,
Looking for a huge animal.
yeah, like maybe a giant crocodile or something. That sounds cool. Let's find a giant crocodile. How big is a dire crocodile? Gargantuan. That's a little big.
That's awesome.
Might be sea crocodile. Saltwater crocodile might be it.
Yeah.
Saltwater crocodiles are huge.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He'd probably know about that. You know,
He lives in the
it's
ocean.
from this book that they introduced the saltwater crocodile. Is that appropriate? Pathfinder Adventure Path 58, Island of Empty Eyes. All right, he
We
turns
fight
into...
a crocodile?
No, I guess it's probably one of the random encounters if I did random encounters. And they also have a bestiary at the back of each of these books. So they probably introduce it there. Anyway, he turns into a really big old crocodile. I'm just going to make his token huge size.
Oh!
1, 2, 3. Hi. But that's his turn. He changed and moved over.
Okay. We're doing the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire lifetime.
Okay, what are you doing? Yeah.
All right. I swift action.
Mm-hmm.
Using 2 of my blessings.
Mm-hmm.
I summon a bear.
Okay.
So there's a large bear.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Cuddles. It's a horrible entropic disaster.
Yeah, sure.
It has attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna try to grapple
Okay.
the lady.
Well, I think she can attack of opportunity still, because that's not...
I think the bear might have improved grapple.
Oh, okay.
Let me check real quick. I didn't write all
Oh, it
the
might have
stats.
improved grab, yeah, when it hits with stuff.
I think yeah, I'm pretty sure
So-
bears do.
Yeah.
It's a brown bear.
So what it would do is if you would do the attack rolls and probably take the minus, and if you would hit, you would get a free...
Ooh, it does not have improved grab. But it does have a free grab on claws.
Yes. So you could take the -4 to hit and try to hit her, and then, non-lethally. Or it could be lethal if it doesn't really care. It's a bear.
A little lethality won't hurt.
Also, I gotta be honest, does the bear have cold iron claws?
No.
It's a fey. This is their introduction.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. Does he
Yeah.
get a full round of attacks, or does he only get one?
He would get a full round. You summoned him. That was your turn. He's there now.
No,
Bear...
that was my swift action.
That was your
Let's
swift
go.
action. Oh. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It has 2 claws and a bite?
Well, so you're having it do its attacks before you do more stuff?
Yeah, or do I have to go first?
Technically, you'd usually go first before your summons.
Then yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna try to grab her.
Okay.
She gets, I don't know if she can take AOPS while nauseated. I don't
I
believe so.
don't know. I'm going to say probably not. That it would make much of a difference anyway.
Yeah, unlikely to hit me. Yeah, I guess I'll roll my CMB.
Yes.
19?
No, it does not grapple her.
Do I get a second because I have Bab, or only one?
How many attacks do you normally get?
2.
Oh, well, you have to make a touch attack each time.
Oh.
To touch her
Well.
before you can grapple her. I'm sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah, well, there's the first touch attack.
Okay, that would have touched. But then one more, and then you can try to grapple her again.
Is that -5 or?
It would be at the -5.
Then -5 from that, 21.
That would not
Touch.
touch her.
Not a touch?
Not touch.
Oh, okay.
Her AC is just touch.
Oh, that's fair. Well, listen, I'm trying the non-lethal. I'm not used to this whole non-lethal business, okay?
Alright, bear it up a notch.
Yeah, the bear's going. It's got 2 claws. Wow, it rolled poorly on both of them. Well,
No,
that's
those
weird.
don't matter. Yes. Alright,
Well, I tried.
okay. You both can get attacks of opportunity as she moves under the water.
Okay, the bear, if it hits, it'll get a free grab.
It will. It may make a difference.
It was a 13. I wish it was the second one.
Yeah.
Non-lethally, I guess.
I'm gonna roll this D4.
I crit her non-lethal. Oh, no, I don't crit her. But I do hit her.
Okay.
Well, I assume a 30 or 28 hits.
Yes.
It's not cold iron. It's a 12 damage, or probably like 6 damage or less.
So, okay. And that's non-lethal or damage you were dealing?
Non-lethal. Yeah.
Alright. So, some. Cool, I can note that. Nice, that's good to know.
Crocodile of opportunity.
There is a crocodile of opportunity, which I have to figure out what the hell the crocodile of opportunity is. I'm just roll this d20 and see what I roll.
Did you say crocodile opportunity?
Oh, might
I
matter.
said crocodile of opportunity, honestly. All right, let's see here. You have a base attack of that. Your strength is now what with beast shape?
What?
Plus
Life is bad.
3 more. I think you have a size penalty of -2, so it's extra +1. So it would be plus 15 total to the 11, and 26 is enough, but not for the non-lethal, which he would probably take, which would be 22. Let me see if there's anything else that he would have for that. I don't think so. So I think he is missed. Probably. Yes. Okay. He has missed. Right? Yeah. Okay. She's going to just go below the water and disappear.
Yep.
What the hell was that? I look to the crocodile.
Jacub, you can recognize Narids have the ability to go transparent underwater as a free action. They just go invisible.
I hate it's cool. Is it my turn?
Yes. She has disappeared. I'm just going to move her over here, and I'm going to give her this ninja feeling, because you don't actually know where she's at. She's not at this location, but she's disappeared below the water somewhere.
So I'm gonna go. Oh crap! I forgot. Narids have the ability to become translucent in the water. I'll panic and then I'll cast glitter dust where she was, but like underneath the water. I don't know if it's actual dust that affects, but I'm gonna do it because magic.
Sure. What's the area of glitter dust?
It's a 10th foot cube. I mean, like,
Good idea.
Yeah.
that one
radius
like
spread is pretty big. So,
Does the dust go underwater is the question.
Yeah. You can do that kind of thing. But there is spell casting between water and land, and I have to remember. I think you can just technically do it, though. It's like fire makes a difference when casting between the two. But like otherwise, this normal spell just passes through water. Honestly, now I have to look up something because it matters how fucking big her pool is. Which I don't know off the top of my head. The naked lady in a pool.
This has been such an absurd event.
This is a pretty absurd event.
A giant crocodile, a huge bear.
All right.
and a half-elf walking
I'm gonna
through a
give
dog.
you, because she's probably not gonna go too deep, because she's still attacking you technically, and she's probably just going deep enough to recover from the nausea, that you have a 50-50 chance of hitting her. I'm going to say roll a d100, you get high, you successfully hit her with the glitter dust and aiming it. If not, you'll have to try again.
I have bad luck. Can I let Yaalkol roll it for me?
If you
as
want
like a celebrity
Yaalkol,
roll?
sure. Yaalkol, come on down for the celebrity d100.
Alright, roll it. Nice.
Oh,
Alright,
nice.
you missed her with the glitter dust. For now.
Yay.
I have an idea.
Maze. He's
Don't
a
know why you asked
crocodile.
me, you fool.
Cool.
Do crocodiles have any extra senses that'll help here? Not really. I could make a
No,
perception.
absolutely not.
Bear has scent.
No, it doesn't.
I said the bear does.
The bear might, but the bear can't really scent underwater.
He's got a plus 14 swim.
I'm gonna roll this D20 check for this Nerit lady. She didn't roll very high.
You muted, Joe. On your mic end.
What's her stealth? Oh, a lot. Naturally. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I must have bumped it.
So...
The bear still needs to breathe.
I can smell?
By breathing!
It's an it's entropic monstrosity.
You can't really smell underwater. If you're
Uh,
not that good.
I'll summon an electric eel or something.
You know what?
We
Cool.
can just leave.
No, I got a plan here. I got a plan here for this this nice man here. He's got a plan. He's got more wild shark shapes. Don't worry.
I say out loud because I use my free action to talk. Would invisibility purge work on this?
Would it? Is it really like a magic effect?
It could temporarily, but she can just do as a free act. You could say it would just for a second.
Well,
it would.
Invisibility purge is all forms permanently in my aura.
Okay, so using another wild shape, this crocodile will all of a sudden change into a gigantic shark.
Yeah, go for it, Chief.
Okay, he's a tiger shark now. So he's blind sense now, meaning he can pinpoint the square she's in. So I mean that's a thing. So he'll go swimming for that and find her. He's over by her. He'll actually, honestly, you will see with his 60 foot of swim speed, short. He'll circle a general area.
I'm sorry, I broke up. Say that again?
Okay.
He's circling an area.
I'm gonna hope the spell I'm casting works, but I don't know. I'll find out.
Okay. So that's his turn. He wild shaped into shark and changed it. I can get rid of this crocodile then. Oh, I did get rid of the crocodile.
I swift action cast invisibility purge. If she's invisible, I theoretically should.
Oh yeah.
Anything invisible becomes visible.
Oh yeah. You'll notice where she's at. She is
I have a 55-foot radius sphere.
Yes. How long does a visibility purge last?
11 minutes.
Oh.
It's a minute per level spell. It's really good. I love it. That's why it's on my spell list pyramid.
Oh, then yes, that would work. She cannot become invisible while in the purge. There you go.
Yeah. And so how far away is she from me about?
I'll say probably like she probably went like I'll say like 40 feet down.
Parachute Tantus. Except I have a ring that I don't know what it does. I already used my swift action, so never mind. Parachute Tantus.
You're welcome.
I will double move. Alright, I'll swim down, avoiding the stinking cloud.
The cloud's probably only surface. I'm going to tell you, cloud's probably not going through the water.
No, clouds cannot go underwater.
Yeah.
It's not how density works. And I will flank her.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And you know what? The bear! It has a plus 14 swim. It'll make a swim check.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
There we go. The bear swims down too.
I think it's like still like half speed, so it's like probably.
It's a.
Yeah.
Except the bear has a 40-foot movement speed.
Look, move.
It's 45 feet away. It's a large creature. It's within range.
On
next turn.
It would have to double move to get down there. Yeah, but it could.
Yeah, it double moved.
Yeah. Okay.
This is terrible.
She's going to go.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna like.
Give up.
She's just gonna skip for this turn. She's gonna wait till she can do stuff. I hope that you guys can't do anything for a while. There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry, I was just thinking about what I could. Okay, so I noticed you moved the minis for the rest of our party. How far are they?
Like 30 feet out, like 40 feet down, kind of.
Okay, so I can teleport 90 feet.
You could teleport underwater there, yes.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain like 30 by 40 is not 90-foot diagonal.
30 by 40?
Yeah,
No,
like a
it's not.
triangle. Yeah, it's not 90 feet diagonal. That's weird math. On your right angle.
It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Okay, you like math. Help me out here, Revia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, what is it? 30 by 40?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Well, cause like if I can like make it back to our party, like I wonder if I could just let him know, like, hey, we need your help. Tafina's gone nuts. There's a small man that has taken her SoCal,
Shaw.
and then like, shawl, and kind of go back.
A 30 by 40 triangle, the diagonal's 50 feet.
Okay.
Which I don't even know why I need to calculate it. That's just, it's like a very typical typical one.
I'm gonna say like right from where you're at. In order to warn people, it would probably take you at normal just running speed, probably like a minute to get back from where you're at now.
Okay,
You
wait,
got
so
fly,
how far is it total? I haven't mentioned door
Let
prepared.
me switch to the big map.
It's miles away. Your
It's
dimension
miles
over
away. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're miles.
We're like over here. We're over here.
Yeah.
Which honestly it would take you more than a minute, right? Because it's
It would take me a long time. Yeah.
Unless you have fly, and you can direct me.
I wish I had teleport today, but I don't.
Do you have fly?
Let me check my spellbook.
Or do you have it
I don't think
prepared?
so. I have. Oh, you know what? I can make myself angelic and give myself a fly speed of
This is
60
true. You
feet.
can do that.
Is that what angelic? Does it really give you
Yeah.
a fly speed?
Yeah, it gives me wings. Yeah, it makes me fly and gives me DR.
Pretty good.
So I'm gonna do that. I know it's kind of a shame for me to waste it on myself. I can't physically keep her at bay, and Revia is being, really awesome by keeping her from being invisible. So, unless I ask the crocodile man to go, but I don't trust him that well. So I think I'm gonna go Revia. I gotta go get everybody else. Maybe they can stop us while we keep her busy. I will be back as fast as I can.
Revy doesn't
I'm
hear that.
underwater.
Revy is deep underwater.
Oh, are we? Oh, fuck.
But you will
Yeah,
say
sorry.
that.
Got some water breathing in myself.
But you does mean you can't listen. You can listen to it. Okay, well, I guess if we just knock her out, forget it. We're done playing games.
Okay.
I think for now, I'm gonna ready an action. If she tries to catch a spell, can I attempt to dispel it with dispel magic?
Sure.
Is that like a thing that we can do in this game, or is that?
It is a thing. You can use Dispel Magic to counterspell. I'm going to move this back here then.
Okay.
You can do that.
Sorry for all the.
No, that's fine.
I
All right.
had more time.
I'm going to roll a d20. Let's see what I'd roll. He will not successfully non-lethally shark this lady. I guess that's what he can do. Well. Oh, wait. You have the flanking bonus, right?
Yep, +4.
Ooh, that might be enough.
Counteracts the penalty, actually.
It does
almost.
counteract the penalty. That actually is true. Which might make a difference. Let me find out.
This sword is so fucking good.
His versatile is 10. That's him, yeah. He normally has, so, he's got +15 to hit, I think is what I said. Yes, with his size penalty. So 15 plus 9 is not enough, I don't think. Just make sure. For Nereid's AC.
Be 20. Well,
24
9, yeah.
is not enough to hit her. It's close. Not enough.
That's kind of scary.
Yep.
My turn.
Yes.
High swift action. Divine power. Surges through me. And I will now just actually beat the shit out of her till she falls unconscious.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of this. Alright, I get 3 attacks. They're at... I'm doing non-lethal, so they're at this value exactly.
Okay. Certainly the
2 crit.
The 2 will both certainly crit. Yes and yes. And you were taking the -4 into account.
Yep.
So you're non-lethally. You're basically like, you're just basically taking your rapier and just whapping her upside the head. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is horrible. But that's 50. That's 97 points of non-lethal damage.
And then, well, you've just, beat her silly.
Is she still awake?
Yes.
Well, good thing the bear goes next.
Yeah. Go ahead, bear.
The bear can't 5-foot step.
No.
Too far away to get a flanking bonus.
Yeah. No flank.
How is she looking?
I mean, she just beat her, so it's probably like, bruises.
Okay. Well, the bear's going for it.
You just probably like smacked her twice, like upside the head. I mean, she kind of like blocked it a little bit, but she kind of like just got smacked. 26 will hit.
Yeah. I get a grapple attempt.
You do get a grapple attempt.
27?
27. Let me take a look here what a Narad CMD is. No.
Damn. Well, I had no hope of ever beating her.
Unfortunately, she's got pretty good CMD.
Well, that's my turn.
Well, she's going to try to, like, swim away from you people now at this point in time. If you want some attacks of opportunity, she's going to try to make it difficult, at least, with her. Look, I'm going to tell you, I rolled 5 rounds on the being disabled from freaking nauseated.
Yeah. Well, 23 probably misses.
You would have the flanking bonus, because as she's moving out of that square.
No, that's factored into the flanking bonus.
Okay, then nope. Let me roll a steep 20 for this Crocman, or a Sharkman. Oh, that's gonna hit, I think, actually, because you had to roll a 10 to hit. Roll a 10. How much does shark damage? 2d6 times strength and a half, I think it is for Tiger Shark.
I think the bear will get an attack. Bear will miss. Bear kind of sucks, but I love you.
So his strength currently is normally it goes to a 24. So that's be 1, 24, 10. So 2d6 plus 10. Alright, he'll shark of opportunity her. Alright. Jacub, what do you want to do? She's like, this is like a deep pool. Like, so she's probably like, honestly just went even deeper. Made it more of like a move to get up to her, probably. I don't think she can go super deep. But she's way out of view at this point for you, Jacub.
Like, okay, well. Okay, so I will spend 1 point to go under the wall.
Okay.
90 feet, or as close as I can get.
Oh yeah, you'll be at least within spell range of her, certainly, as you're like deep underwater.
And then I will cast magic missile at her, and so she like explodes.
Okay.
I guess.
All right, roll 5 of those. I don't think he can breathe underwater. I think he's holding his breath.
I can hold my breath.
The bird will spell.
Oh yeah, make a concentration check.
Okay, what do I have to find?
Yes. Oh boy. So that'd be plus another 4. So that'd be 11. That'd be 15. Spell resistance. Let me just check to make sure, because I don't honestly know off the top of my head. She does. Make a caster level check.
Okay, how do I do that?
It should be next near your concentration. Should be just caster level.
Oh, Arcanist 11.
It's just gonna be your level, presumably.
No. She seems unaffected by it.
Yay! That's my turn.
Unfortunately, spell resistance failed. All right. Shark is going to swim up and shark at plus 11. That'll hit. Cool. So shark her for some more non-lethally sharking. Oh, that is not the correct number. That is 100 more damage than you've dealt.
Non-lethally sharking is like is an illegal phrase. Gotta be honest with you. You saying that gave me some psychic damage.
I actually my Sea Strider ring.
Mm-hmm.
As swift action, I then teleport.
Uh-huh.
As a dimension door into a flanking position.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have my full attack, so she's fucked.
Uh-huh. You're like, woo!
I'm. There's no way. Okay, I hit the last one. I don't confirm if I hit.
Yeah. Okay.
So, 20 points of non-lethal minus,
Uh-huh.
or probably 10 DR or some shit.
Yep. God. Get an attack of
bear-
opportunity and a shark of
bear
opportunity.
Swims in that direction, but the bear can't make it.
Yeah. Make your attack of opportunity.
I can't. Alright, she's gone. Fuck it, I'm done. Does he get a free grapple of his bites?
This is actively painful.
Let me check the sharks roll.
Pretty awful to watch, yeah.
Yeah, I just
No.
let her leave. Well, she's gone. Well, he could chase her. I can't do anything. She's faster than me, right?
She is fast. And, I think probably, let me mark off, because the thing is, technically speaking, she's still nauseated, which means she can't, like, dash or run.
Oh. So she's only...
Yes, that's the problem. She can only move 60 feet away at most.
Oh. You have a couple turns of more attacking opportunities.
This poor lady is getting wailed.
Well, I mean, like, she can move 60 feet away. She's trying to head out, like, there's, like, a way out from her thing out to the deep sea, and she's going to try to do that. Jacub, are you doing anything? You're deep underwater, and she's, like, she's booked it into a way you really can't see it, I'm going to assume at this point in time. She's going out, like, a underground, like, tunnel out to the sea or something.
Well, she's pretty far away from me. Everyone else is pretty far away from me. Can I see anybody? Am I like, hey guys?
It's nice and dark underwater, because it's also at night, so you're, like, deep in the dark ocean, and you're just like...
This is bullshit. I hate this. I want to go home.
I'm gonna just start swimming home.
I should have casted haste. I don't know why I didn't cast haste. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess I knew I was able to, like, magic missile her last time, right?
You can try. I'll give you one more try of magic missile before she's out of her range, basically. It has a pretty good range.
You ever make a spell resist check for every single missile?
No, just one casting of the spell.
My range is, what, 210 feet right now?
Yeah, sure. She's barely within range. Make a caster level check to begin with. We'll just do that first. Oh, no, concentration check, then caster level check. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Caster level, it's not going to make it. So,
Yay!
All right. Charging shark. He'll roll a 4. Revia, what do you want to do?
Wait, she's in my charging range, ain't she?
You have a swim speed. Sure.
I don't want to do it anymore, but I don't know why my character would stop.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
This is your fault, Tampa.
You're welcome. This is the stupidest fight of all.
I swift action cast fucking aid on myself or some shit.
Okay. Yep.
Give myself a +1 to hit.
You're just rushing forward underwater. You're swarging.
I'm slarging. Dude, I hate my life. I hate this every time being. I just want to know it.
Man, you chose this.
You could have just brought everybody. You could have just told everybody about this.
Party to come and
yeah, you could have told them about the entire thing with the aphrodisiac. Yeah. Like, if you told anyone with knowledge nature, they would have been like, wait a second, Narids don't know anything about aphrodisiacs.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, that would. I mean, if that was told, I would have tagged along. But I can't.
You've slarged her successfully. Can you do damage of any kind? Great, yeah. She's unconscious.
That's horrible. You could have just let it. I can't believe we're like a couple points off.
She technically was one round from escaping because after her next round, she would have no longer been nauseated.
Well, listen, I figured aphrodisiac, her, that made sense. It correlated.
Actually.
But I have a 0 nature.
You do. Which was hilarious that you're like, I guess I'm not going to tell anybody about it. Like, oh, goddammit. You at least brought people with you, which was great. And you at least brought the druid with you, which was great. Anyway.
The druid, I think, was really
good.
Good.
I looked at the shark, dude. I like grab onto the Nereid and I like point in the direction of the base. And like hold on to him. I'll let him take us back.
He's actually gonna take you to the shore and change back.
We could have just swam to the port.
He's gonna be like, we should question her now before anything.
We can just take her with us back to the port, you know.
All right. We take her out of the water. Druid, you gotta hold her tight.
He's tying her up. He like has, yeah.
You're ahead of me on this. All right, yeah. I'm prepared to cast my healing magic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I heal it.
Okay.
Might want to stand back so when she wakes up, she can't charm you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're gonna be fucked.
You already made the save. I think you can make it once per day, so you're all good.
So you're immune to it, don't you, save?
For 24 hours, yeah.
I heal her.
Yeah.
We should like get the rest of the group before we do this, because there's still the thing is there's somebody that's controlling her life. So like.
Well, it's a bit time sensitive. They realize we've captured her. They're probably gonna just kill her.
Yeah.
But Jacub, you can go quickly. Go fly back to base, and you go tell them to come.
You
have fly, right?
Yeah. So, I'm gonna roll something here, just a d20, and let's see what it is. Okay. Yeah, that's not
good or bad. Can't tell.
If it was high, it'd be good or bad.
Yeah.
But that's why. That's what. Joe, everything I say, I always say it's good or bad. Can't tell you.
Okay, so as she wakes up, she's like, please let me go.
Just quickly tell us what you can. We don't want you to die. You're kind of cool sometimes, okay?
That's the small man. He took my shawl. He has control over me.
Small man. Descriptions.
The base description sounds like a halfling of some kind.
I fucking knew halfling was too dead to me. Me and Yaalkol are right.
We've never met a halfling, so.
No, we have frozen.
I was asked to set off.
Right about halflings.
I overheard he's planning some kind of sabotage. I don't know what, but I was supposed to set off the firework once you approached me to let him know to start his work because you're distracted by me.
The people are back at the base. Anything else you can tell us is important, and we'll try to get your shawl back, okay? And why didn't you try to like make the shark dude horny? Is that like
the werewolf dude? He told me to give him to charm one of the workers and give that to him.
Well, you know what? Okay.
He went swimming off towards that way, which will towards the port and all the and like the base and stuff.
I'm looking through my items. Give me a second. I'm thinking. Do we have any long range communication? Do you have like sending or anything, Jacub, to talk?
He flew off. He's flying off. You sent him off. Remember?
Jacub flew off. Oh,
yeah, I flew off already.
Oh yeah, you have your flat. Cool. Jacob's got. Well, cool. He'll warn the base.
That will take a while, though.
Can I cast haste on my? Just continue go. Well, so here's the thing. I can spend up to like 12 points to go. I don't know, maybe like 1,000 feet because I can do it. It's a little over like 150 feet per point.
Is that a move action or swift action though?
It's neither. It is an immediate action?
Dimensional slide is a move action.
Is it? Okay. Well, even better. It's 90 feet. And then can I use the standard action to move again or no?
I think usually dimensional things, that's your only movement for the turn.
Let me look at it.
You can haste yourself to increase your speed. Certainly that would work if you're taking the fly speed, which you have a fly speed of, 60 feet, which would give you about, I think that doubles it to 120.
So the slide counts as 5 feet of movement.
Yeah. That's not far.
No, but I mean, like, it takes up 5 feet of my movement for that turn.
Oh,
but I can move
dimensional
up
slide?
I can move up to 10 feet per Anarchist level, which would be 110 feet. Here, I can link it.
Yeah, I'm just checking here.
Ability to use the move on was raw, allowing her to move up to 10 feet per Arcanist level.
This move action or withdraw, move up to 10 feet per Arcanist level down. This counts as 5 feet of movement. I'll use this once per round. You could use that to increase your speed an extra 90 per turn. So honestly,
like that with haste, I can move pretty far, right?
You can move pretty far. If you haste and use that, you give yourself like a speed of like use up 5 feet of your movement, so 205 speed, which would be like 20 miles per hour. It's pretty fast.
You might cause like if this is realistic.
But that's walking at it, so you could actually double that if you're because you're double moving, which would be 410 feet. Because I know the normal walking speed is your speed, basically. So if you just walk at 30 feet, you go 3 miles in an hour. So how far across is? I actually have a time frame, so I actually have to do this fucking math.
6 miles ish.
So let's say 2.4. Let me get my calculator out here. God,
thanks for the math, guys. Appreciate.
Thank you.
Wait, all right. Math major.
Let's get this in, right? So he has a 30-foot fly speed with the spell, right?
Is it 30 foot or 60 foot?
It is a 30. No, it's 30 foot. Yeah, you're right.
It's a 30 foot. That's not
right.
okay.
But
That's
30 foot. So it's 60 foot total of haste.
Yeah.
Then he can move -5 for dimensional slide, plus 110 since it's 10 per Arcanist level. So that is with a single move 165. With a double move, that's another 60. That's 225 per round.
Look, I calculated it'll take him about 3 minutes to go a mile. I will tell you, everything will be done by then.
Rip.
What's that? One time I don't prepare to teleport. I hate this place.
Mm-hmm. You have to figure out another way of warning them quickly, and I don't know what.
Extending.
I've never learned that. I can never find it.
Hey, it's a great spell. You should learn it.
Yeah, it's one of the.
Yeah, we don't have a. Yeah, if it was morning, there may be things I could do, but it's not morning.
Let me just check some things that I got rid of here.
I wonder how smart. So, if I just.
We haven't needed sending stones until this exact moment.
Swim 90 feet. He could hit 90 feet. Should be good. I'm just checking, like, It's the unfortunate thing that, like, your man could turn into something with like 90 swim speed, which wouldn't be great because he's got one more wild shape. If he doubled that,
does he have anything with a fast fly speed?
Fly speed has a limit with wild shape. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's the same way.
He has a 90 swim speed. That works.
But
He
that
can run, right?
he can technically run,
Which is 4 times movement.
which is 4 times movement, which is slightly faster than Jacub.
Which is 360 per round. Yeah.
If you you know what? You could probably catch up to Jacub and have him haste the shark, probably. So,
Yeah, true.
if you hasted the shark, that'd be...
An extra 30 feet of movement. So it'd be 120 times 4.
Let me just check here.
Are sending stones even in Pathfinder?
30 feet of movement, which is 120. 120 times 4 is 480. That would be definitely a lot better.
Call it something different.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
Weird thing about this is, like, I have to figure out, because I just, like, they don't
And only
give
3
you a
miles
lot
apart.
of time for... They do give you some time, but not a lot of time for this, which is weird. I guess the 1 is very hard to do. So, alright. Certainly.
Let me see my.
Yes, the hasted shark could get there. You will... I know when you will arrive. You could probably take about 2 minutes, I'll say, to get there with hasted shark.
Let's go.
And it'll be... Jacub will be a little farther behind. Jacub will say it'll be like 4 minutes in. I'm being nice there with the estimation. Which means you have...
Like, I'm gonna haste him, and he's gonna come by. I'm just gonna jump in his back.
You're just going to climb on the shark's back as it's cutting through the water, too? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You get Chad.
Yeah. All right. Now, where would everybody else be? Are you going to wait for the people to come back, or are you just going to hang out at the fortress? That's my question.
I mean, I'm Myste's gonna just be at the fortress.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a
same.
conversation with Misty anyway and
Yeah.
tell her everything that I was telling Ambrose
You're
earlier.
cool. Where would you go after the party?
I would be with Misty and the others, just because I would
Okay.
I would have stuck around to see if there's anything
I'll
else.
tell
I was
you.
expecting to
So, one of the pirate ships in the bay explodes into fire.
Feels excessive.
Well, you know.
Right as the 3 of you are arriving, right before that, as you're kind of coming up, there's this huge explosion. The blood moon has burst into flames.
Oh, crap.
You know, I don't think we can be held accountable for that one, okay?
You can.
That's absurd.
Oh,
It is a little bullshit that they would hold us accountable. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, they technically, it's not, it's surprisingly,
It's like, yeah, you
I'm going to tell you, surprisingly, exploding these ships into flames is less of a penalty than you'd think. It's not a very big penalty, but it's a small penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's like, yeah, you should have been checking under all the ships to make sure no one was laying any explosives.
I mean, it's
Come
less,
on, you-
it's less that and more like,
Or
you
your
were,
harbor wasn't safe for us.
yeah, your harbor wasn't safe for us. I think that's more what it is.
That's but isn't that
Ah,
their
yeah.
fault?
I
How is that
love,
our fault?
like-
There was no monsters on here. They brought the problem. There was no exploding ships before they came. Sounds
I love-
They
they're
don't
the
know
problem.
that. They taking your word that there was nothing that could cause exploding ships. See,
This campaign just changed for me. I'm gonna find out how to blame these motherfuckers who would just.
We gotta, listen, we
look,
should
I'm gonna
start
say there. I was surprised when I looked it up, like how much of a penalty for an exploded ship. I'm like, that's not a lot.
Well, I guess the thing is because I really can't blame you that much for that.
Yeah, it's.
That's like clearly someone else like snuck on to these ships and detonated them.
Okay.
Yeah, but boy howdy.
What's your plan now? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Those of you up at the fortress, there's a big boom as you're like settling down to this conversation. Where honestly, we could have this conversation probably like How long do you think you wanted to take that? We could finish up with that and then take care of the explosion. You're about a minute away, so you're about 10 rounds away. The other of you have arrived at round 20, I will let you know. So the question of what you want to do is, certainly, the shark's not going to help you.
No, he's probably going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
By the time he gets there.
Yeah. He was swimming at, like, run speed for, like, 2 minutes, you know, so he's probably very tired. Gonna go rest
he did
on
all
beach.
he could.
But the two of you will recognize that, yes, certainly, the Blood Moon, half of our Sword Ash's ship has burst into flames. And, you know, that seems unusual for, like, a halfling going this direction and sabotage mentioned.
Hey, Revia, I don't know about you. I'm not really like an exact pirate, but shit's usually not gonna fire, right?
Holy shit, Jacob. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I guess, like, what are we doing at the fort?
Did you want to have your conversation now?
That's what I'm asking.
Or you could have, like, your conversation interrupted by this.
I mean, I was just going over the stuff that I noticed at the party. I mainly wanted to tell Misty, and especially since I was told, you know, they were someone I can trust.
Yeah, I mean, Yaalkol will be there too, because Yaalkol just hangs around.
He exists.
Yaalkol is purposely where he needs to be, and when he doesn't have like a place to be, he generally just mills. He loiters.
I like the fact he's loitering about.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how's it going?
Yaalkol doesn't have interests.
He's kind of there. I mean, Misty would like to have, you know, her actual conversation when there's more than a brick wall in front of her to talk to named Yaalkol.
That's true. So I guess you're like gonna wait for them to come back. You're probably discussing like the things you overheard from people, and then as you're kind of like I wonder what they're gonna be doing with like that kind of maybe like talking about them traveling there. There's a big boom down at the docks.
What the fuck?
I didn't do it.
How are they gonna blame me for this one?
Alright, I cast See Invisibility on myself and grab my gun and go outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow out.
Alright. So, I have marked off when you three will arrive. Revia, Jacub, what's the plan?
Well, I'm gonna buff myself up so I'm ready to fucking go when I get there, because I don't know what the fuck's happening.
I'm
verbal stuff, so don't worry.
I'm so nervous about all of this.
Okay,
but I don't know what's happening. I have water breathing, and I can swim, so I think there might be people underwater or something. I don't know. This is fucking nasty.
Do either of you have knowledge engineering?
No.
Jacub? Do you have any engineering?
I think I do. Hold on, sorry.
Well, I know what black powder is, so presumably it was loaded onto the ship and blown up, not underwater.
That's what I'm just saying. Like,
I have it up. Sorry.
Certainly, it looks as though wherever the explosive device was planted, it was probably not at water level. It's probably on the ship.
Yeah. I just need to get to the closest beam for the docks, or boat, or whatever, and I can just hop off and I can walk up it.
You've been dropped off at the docks. I'm saying this now. You are dropped off at the docks. You are on the docks right now.
Oh, I'm on the docks. Okay,
yes, I'm sorry. I said you were. No, this is you are dropped off. I said the shark was dropping you off. I'm sorry, you might have missed that. And he's now going to shore to relax and collapse.
Yeah, go rest, dude. Stay safe, okay? Mm-hmm. I guess I'm gonna do the dumbest thing I think I could possibly do right now, and I'm gonna run on to the next ship nearest to the Blood Moon. All right, and I'm hoping I could stop whatever horrible explosion's coming next.
If you would go in order, the second ship would be the Wave Crest.
Yeah, I'm hopping onto the Wave Crest and I'm running in there to hopefully stop. I'm gonna, since I had a lot of tyrants, I'm gonna have a couple spells on me that last forever.
But Jacub, did you have knowledge engineering at all or not? Because you could roll it if you had it.
No, I don't. Sorry, I said earlier.
Yeah, okay. I was just trying to figure out that. Okay. I guess, let's see here. Make a perception check. Both of you can do that.
Yeah, can certainly try.
Okay.
I'm looking for a button and I can't find it. I'm blind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Currently you do not see anything.
Oh, that's a good roll. 13.
Yeah.
Jacub, hop onto the next ship. I'll continue looking at this one.
Okay. Jacub can head to the Come What May and get aboard that one.
Okay, I will check it. I have a spell called Ice Lick that like kind of covers. It says it creates intense blasts of cold that coats all solid surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Would that like potentially? I don't know. In real life, I don't really know how bombs work, and I don't know what they're using here. But if they're like fuse based, could that like turn off the fuse?
You would have to find it in the first place.
Okay. Can I make a search check?
Sure. That was the perception checks. You haven't found anything of yet.
As a secondary question, the other boat is unsavable, right? Or is it like...
Certainly the damage has been dealt, but probably not enough to sink it.
Okay.
It's disabled.
It's disabled right now.
Cool. Well, then, we could repair the ship for them.
Yeah.
Probably
probably some of the crew is trying to extinguish the flames and stuff for wherever the bomb was set. That's what the engineering was, to figure out where the kind of bombs were set, but neither of you have that, so you're just like...
I picture only Myste and Nat to have engineering.
It's exploded into fire!
It's a class skill of mine now, so maybe I'll put some levels on it next time I level up.
You might want to. It comes up.
Yeah, at least having a rank in it is good, because it does relate to ship stuff.
One rank means you can roll it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some ranks in geography and nature, too, even though I'm not classical.
Those also...
I so need to be on one of those ships right now. No, because I have plunder. I'm good at finding hidden objects.
Well,
you're telling me you guys aren't like running for this ship?
I will need...
Perception isn't a Warpriest class skill, so...
I have an 18 perception.
Revia, you can give me another check then. Just give me another check right now.
I'm thoroughly searching. Okay. I'm seeing if there's any spells I could do that would assist me.
Okay.
But I don't think any of them are prepared, so no.
Okay.
There's nothing that can help me. Perception. I feel it. High roll. I told you.
Okay. Certainly. It takes a little bit of time, and you kind of search around. And, you'll take a little time, kind of like looking around just to see. There certainly is like a lot of like crew around is one of the things. So you're trying to like judge an area that seems off base, and like you're like thinking of areas that are like easy to plant a bomb, because certainly like it's not like a lot of time, it doesn't feel like, because again the signal happened only a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
So,
it hasn't been that long.
Jacub isn't like an engineer, but he's smart enough, like in his like general understanding of like how a ship works, where would be the best.
That's engineering. You do not understand how a ship works at all. You probably have the basic understanding, like a DC-10 is what you can roll, and you probably roll it very easily. Like, you have the very basic understandings, but like structural places where a lot of damage would be dealt, you never learn that kind of thing. You understand like the physics of the sails, and like how like, oh, you point them in the direction, it works. This is the rudder, I could probably like, generally speaking, get the easy stuff done. But unfortunately, where to place a bomb to do a lot of damage is just outside of your wheelhouse. Anyway.
Are there people on the ship?
Oh yeah, there are crews aboard this ship. They are not on shore leave.
Oh, so can I find a crew person and be like, who's in charge? Help me find a bomb in this ship. We're all gonna die.
I mean, if you want to create a panic, sure.
Better than having people sit there and not do anything and blow up.
Okay.
Panic's pretty bad, dude.
That was the worst thing.
Yeah, the one ship is now in complete panic. And they're not doing very well at finding anything.
And they're probably gonna, a bunch of them are probably just gonna jump off and get away from the ship.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's gonna be like a first mate on the ship, right? Still? Or the first mate's in the place.
The first mate is in the place. It was probably the entourage.
Yeah.
There's probably is an officer aboard, but whether or not where they're at, it's not easy to locate.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can trust them to not cause a panic either.
But anyway, you'll get lucky. Anyway, though, Revia, as I was trying to say, though, you will get lucky, though, as you will kind of like be looking around for a while and be like, oh, God, I can't even find this thing. And you'll kind of like hear some commotion outside as you'll kind of like notice Yaalkol, Myste, and Chester coming running in as you kind of like look down and you're like, what's that on the side of the ship?
Right, it was on the outside of the ships.
It was, but it's in like a weird spot. You like kind of notice it, and it's like it's not completely obvious, but it's like there's a weird thing there. Nat, if you wanted to be there, you could have been there too. I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what you're up to. Lightning might be busy at the moment. Distracted. Might have to take a step away. I can't check Discord to know if anybody took a step away. Because I'm streaming.
Lightning did not say.
Okay. Anyway, it looks as though something has been stuck to the hold with what looks to be Tanglefoot bag?
No, very basic.
Do I see a way to just remove this?
Cut it?
It's stuck on there with a Tanglefoot bag.
Well, okay, what's a Tanglefoot bag?
It's glue. It's glued to there. It's alchemical glue. Someone just...
It specifically is like tar and resin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty stuck on there.
Wait. We have on our ship, if we can get it, we have the universal solvent.
You don't have... I don't think you have that time.
No, but we do have that. We have 5 of the universal solvents.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a bomb right here.
How do I get rid of glue?
as you see Revia, you're like yelling, "How do I get rid of glue?" As the three of you come up there, as like use a ship. I mean, like if sure you can have.
I'm standing on the side of the ship, looking at it.
You're like bomb, as like you hear over from this other ship, like the next to you, you're like, "Oh my God, run!"
Jacob's a fucking idiot.
Okay.
There's a bomb on the ship. You hear from like the other
boom on the ship? Oh no!
Please tell me, how do I remove glue?
Cut it off? I don't know.
It's glue.
Siri,
okay,
please.
I would like to.
Glue still can harden.
I'm just gonna put this at round 29.
Where? Let me speak. Where is specifically the bomb?
It is.
Is it in a location I can physically get to?
Sure. You might have to climb a little bit up the side of the ship, or get like maybe like a boost from let's say you got
that. As someone who's good with bombs and powder, I want to try to just disarm it.
That required disabled device check.
God fucking damn you!
I have a 5 in it.
I have a 6, but I have no ranks in it.
Do you know how to melt glue?
Give me, as you know bombs. Give me an actual, let's say, an engineering check.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I must like engineering. That's 27.
Okay. I'll give you this much. You take a look at it, and you're like, you realize this is more than just a normal, like, bomb. It must have some kind of magic to it.
Oh.
Dispel it.
I already used my dispel at the party.
Idiot.
No, you remember why I used it. On Jacob's monstrosity.
Ah! Splash! They're splashing from a ship nearby.
I have to spell magic. I don't know. You can call me.
Yeah, but you're over there.
Are these on every ship?
I don't
We
know.
don't. We don't
probably.
know. Who here
I'm gonna
can
go to the next
cast
ship
dispel
and try to
magic?
find something.
Okay.
Fuck. I don't. I used my dispel earlier. But...
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
Hey, but it was a good story, okay?
I'm gonna
I
try to break the glue. I guess. I don't know. Fuck it. What else am I supposed to do?
yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna try to break the glue.
Okay, I have to look up Tanglefoot bag then. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's like a very it's like a 20 strength check to break it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's too crazy hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would be done in by glue, guys.
it takes 3 actions to remove it. Well, that's second edition actually. Let me check first edition.
Small sack. DC
DC 17.
Or dealing 15 points of glue to the damage to the goo with a slashing weapon.
I have a slashing weapon.
I have a slashing
I do as
weapon.
well.
You can try to
I'm
cut
going
it
to the
off.
next ship and trying to find it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
go
just
for it.
try to cut.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just try to cut this bomb off with my.
Yeah, I'm doing as well.
Okay.
What do you have to roll all
Do I
this?
have to roll an attack roll for this, or just the damage?
You'd have to make an attack roll on it. It's
Alright.
That's shit damage. Nice.
I got it.
Okay.
I start to actually cast a spell on myself that'll last for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
As I then will go my full complement of murderies.
Mm-hmm.
Divine favor.
I'm gonna give you a penalty because you'd have to be hanging off the side of a ship.
Have spider climb.
Oh, you do have also spider climb. I did forget that. Okay.
Yep, I'm ready.
Do you have a slashing weapon?
Yeah, I have the oversized dagger. You forgot, Tantus.
You did pick up the oversized dagger.
That should. Does my crit range get extended for all weapons or just one with improved critical? It's one weapon. All right.
All right. Sure. I'm just gonna mark this up here. You've cut off a bomb. What are you gonna do with it?
I hand it to Myste and I just start running to the next ship.
throw it in the water. I
I
don't know.
chuck it away from a boat
Okay.
into the sea.
Okay. All right.
I start running between like swimming and climbing between boats now. I guess.
Yeah.
Like it.
Searching
I
around
go
the
past the one that Chess
yeah.
is going to.
I
Okay.
went to the next one. So
Yeah. Is that the one that Jacob's on that there's panic on?
yes.
Most of the crew has now leapt overboard and is swimming to places. All right. There's a big boom in
I
the
see you get
water.
closer.
Hmm.
Ooh, sorry.
So let me see here. Okay. I will need you to give me perception checks.
Oh my god, my rolls are shit.
So you're not going to be seeing something.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I guess I could also start making my way there. Yeah,
That's
and
what I was
use
thinking.
my perception.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll one?
Yeah, you can roll one too.
Fuck off.
I'm going to the ship past this one, but I assume the party has this ship handled.
Okay.
I'm looking for the same
Whatever.
spots around the ship.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
I will need another round of perceptions from everybody.
Even
There
knowing
we
where
go.
the last one was, don't matter.
Okay, so, Chester. It's going to take a little while before you will notice this, so time is going to go by a little bit. But you will notice there is another bomb. This one in a very awkward spot. It seems to be set up on the Come What May. As you kind of like, you'll focus on maybe setting up on the side. It seems to be at near the water line, like right out of the reach if someone was in the water, right around where the rudder is, kind of stuck on there. With it again. So it's a very difficult to reach spot.
You're cool. I found one and I need you to get over here.
What can I do to get there?
You can walk on water, right?
No, right now, no, I don't have the armor. I got rid of that forever ago.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Your
Wait,
Jesus, can you swim?
Rip.
I'm putting this.
I can swim.
Okay,
If
That's
I
the
Jacob.
can
current
reach it by
round. I'm
swimming.
putting it.
Jacob, can you get this one? It's in an awkward position.
Yeah. Wait, what do I have to do? Tell me. I'm not really great at knocking things down.
Yeah, I'm pointing it out. You have to slash this off here.
Well, remember
What
there was
if
another
I-
suggestion that he
And
might be
the
able to
magic
do.
pistol out, and all of a
Haol
sudden
was the
magic
other
pistol.
No, it'll blow it up.
Remember, you
Oh,
did-
okay. Wait, hold on.
Mystery said
I
you
got
could
boots of
maybe dispel
levitation,
it
right?
to
yeah,
its
Misty,
magical.
Misty did say like someone could dispel it. You have to, and you remembered Jake, so spellcaster. If you want to
I'll
tell
yeah.
me.
lean forward.
Can you dispel it?
Oh, yeah, I did. Are these magical? Absolutely, and I'll cast a spell magic.
Okay. I don't. It doesn't say you have to roll a check, so I assume that just works. You dispel the bomb. Congratulations.
Another one down.
Mhm.
That's a survival.
That's a sense of
Yeah.
survival, anyway. But I will tell you, you will find no more bombs. Only one ship will be set aflame, which you then can help organize to put out the flames on the Blood Moon.
Honestly, not the worst thing that could have happened.
No, I mean, like, honestly, they make it very difficult to stop the Blood Moon's detonation, which is so bad for poor Sornish, the
Fuck
werewolf
that
guy.
guy. He's an asshole.
He did get drunk and horny and, like, really want a woman.
He ruined our party.
What do you
Really
get?
Targeted that dude, like specifically.
He might just be really angry at you from now on.
You know, we didn't really like him anyway, so it's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah, he's not in the best friends club.
Anyway, yeah, these
Yeah.
bombs which do a bunch of fire damage and set them on fire.
At
Very
least we
effective.
got 2 out of 3. That's not bad.
No.
Honestly, it sounds like a ship can be repaired anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean it did a bunch of damage, set it on fire. You know, it was kind of the surprise of boom fire. These bombs, certainly I'm going to say without a check, Misty, they didn't seem to be made to like really sink the ships. They were made to like do some damage, and honestly, it's kind of interesting because it's like it's sabotage, but it's not meant to be like super.
Yeah, I
dangerous
want
sabotage.
He's trying to
to-
sabotage
I want to
us.
actually examine the dispelled bomb. I want to keep that and examine it.
Okay. Give me a second.
Just as a thing, I think we should. I don't know, I'll get thoughts on this, but we have a wand of make whole. Maybe we can use that to help speedily repair their ship, so like it's less bad.
Yeah.
At this point in time, as we'll kind of end for today, Harisk and Landless will show up and be like, and Harisk will be like, seems like you got some strange business going on right here.
That's not what he sounds
That's
like.
not harsh.
Sorry, I went to like a weird voice.
You're the dwarf one.
Aye, seems like you found some strange business here.
It's going on him, but alright.
Close enough.
I
I
miss
don't.
my old hearts. Hashtag
Wow.
harsh.
Aye,
Not my
aye
heart.
there. Seems
There
like
we
you
go.
found some strange business here.
There we go. That's my heart.
Yeah, no, things are a little bit fucked.
Well,
It was a fucking halfling. Yaalkol, all of our fears have been justified.
I do it from the beginning.
Why
I
didn't you
never
tell
trusted
me
them.
literally anything?
I didn't think it was a big problem. I'm gonna be real.
I slap Revia.
I stop you from slapping me. Okay. You're gonna have to hit me. I'm not gonna let you
Well,
slap me.
perhaps
Illegal.
we could give you some information to help. We found something. Someone
What is
set
it?
up some kind of laboratory nearby. We didn't disturb it because no one was there. But we assumed it was related to what was going on here. Came back as soon as we found it. Got delayed by some creatures in the jungle. Nothing too dangerous. Just some of the more threatening wildlife that can kind of still show up around the area. We would have been back sooner if not for that.
Mhm.
I think we need to check that out.
Where's this laboratory?
We can lead the way.
Before we go, do you think that we should like maybe warn the rest of our troops just to keep a lookout?
There's the bomb! They're still screaming over by the ship that now has the bomb off.
Okay, I saved your life. Praise me.
I'm going to try a diplomacy check to try to calm them
Sure.
down.
Right. Revia,
The
we
people.
should alert the Master of Gales and Tessa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can calm down a bunch of these pirates that
We
like.
disabled it. It's been removed.
Are you sure? That man said
Yes.
there was a bomb and we were all going to die.
No, we already we took it off your ship. It's been. You are completely safe now.
You really have a way with words, Jacub.
I am master of getting points across. Okay, what if I can't find things? You know, what if they or in danger? I'd much rather than at least flee for their lives, hopefully.
In Jacob's defense, there was a bomb and they were gonna die. So, I mean...
Well, I mean, we were gonna save them all.
Well, I mean, that's...
I'd save them all.
I've seen you in action. You're not great at that.
It's more of like a 30-70 in terms of us failing to save them.
That's fair. But to be honest with you, I'm not really sure what the difference is.
Myste is gonna go find the master. He's gonna find Tessa first and alert her to what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find the Master of Gales.
Okay. The Master of Gales will... I'm going to tell you, he's going to pretty much pull a neutral stance. He's a druid. He's true neutral also.
Well,
he's going to be more like...
The halfling was fucking with the narrator, like threatening the life of the narrator. He might care.
I
don't know. I don't know druids.
Who's this? Do we know who this halfling is?
Not at all.
We've met like 2 halflings.
I mean, if you meet him, I have a picture of him, but his description doesn't sound like any halflings you've met.
We've met Rosie, and we've met a weird dude with a mask.
Yeah.
He seemed to have his way. You know what? I'll give it that the narrator overheard his name. That's nice. Sure. That'll be interesting. He referred to himself as the Eel. You can make a knowledge local check on that.
I have local now, so I can
Yay!
25.
Hey, Chester. He is infamous within the Shackles as a murderer, arsonist, and destroyer of reputations.
Well, he's gonna get 2 bullets in his skull now, so
he's fucked.
He is going to be executed.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he enjoyed his time as a destroyer of reputations.
Yeah. So very easily, like, he's the kind of person that he could have been in it for his own thing, or someone could have paid him for it, certainly.
I was gonna say, like, if we don't know him specifically, we should definitely not put 2 bullets quite yet. Maybe like his kneecaps can come off.
Mm-hmm.
We should definitely like try to keep him alive so you guys can get info.
No. Just cut his hands off so he can't destroy anything anymore.
If you keep him alive, I'm very effective at getting information out of people.
We want to get information out of him, though.
Well, we get the information. Listen. Bondage isn't cool. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Bondage?
Well, if he has no hands, he can't destroy anything.
That's kind of fucked up.
Well, I've done worse to people, and I will do worse to this man.
Listen.
It's called disarming for a reason.
I'm not about brutalizing people, okay?
I will put... Misty's gonna put her hand on Revia's shoulder. This one will be mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that, okay?
Okay. But why don't we leave it off for here, because we've hit our time, and we can worry about dealing with the eel next time.
Eel.
My stupidity worked out, though. At least people were here, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just been, he's like summoned some rats on you. He poisoned a bunch of stuff on you.
I knew there was summoned rats, okay?
Yeah.
Well, you knew that. There was an alchemical thing to summon the rats.
No, but I said at the moment there's rats in the first one. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Ooh.
Well, especially when we saw the swarms.
Mm-hmm. But yes, certainly we'll worry about that next time. And that actually might lead us to the finale of this season, I think, actually. So, hey, look at that. Whew. Now, I think there's some stuff we can work out. We'll work it out off stream. I'll ask some questions. We'll figure that out. But anyway, for now, we have our shout-outs and say goodbye for now. Hey. Yeah, cool. Erik, any shout-outs?
No, I have just been having a ton of fun and looking forward to next session.
Cool. Henry, anything to shout out?
Ooh, we're on first name basis now. That's awesome.
I mean, I have to remember it, and I'm learning it slowly but surely.
He's not gonna remember it.
I got better.
That's fair. I forget names all of them. But thanks for having me and playing. Let's say that if you guys enjoy our remedial courses in math, please join us next time. And yeah.
Momo?
Hi, I'm Momo, and I'm here to say fuck math.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
But you can catch me here, and you can catch me for discussing tabletops, where I complain a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's important complaining, though. So.
No, I don't. I'm chilling.
Okay. Lightning might be asleep. I'm going to assume so. Unless they say something. Joe!
I'm looking forward to trying to disarm an eel.
He did use some bombs.
To disable halfling check.
Okay, wait. I'll put some skill points into that.
Yeah.
I can get care of disable halflings.
Anyway. But. So. Yeah, we'll leave it here. Good chance back tomorrow for Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous, trying to finish up Chapter 4. I'll at least be back on Friday for the finale of Resident Evil 7. I'm finishing that up. I'm on the boat. And then just...
I'm sorry you're on the boat. It's the worst part of the game.
I get to play as Lady because I went for the canonical ending rather than, I don't really care either way. Neither ending are great. I mean, it's like one of those things. It's like you have a choice, and I'm like, I don't really care about either of these choices. Mm-hmm. You didn't establish them at all. My wife, a random lady who's kind of nice, but my wife, I know, has always been like fucking mind controlled. You just, whatever. Anyway,
What game?
Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on the boat section of that, and I'm not at the flashback part of the boat section, so I've got more adventures to go. I just got a gun as a lady that has 2 bullets now. Yay. So yeah, hopefully finishing that up on Friday. That's the plan, and then Saturday discussing tabletop, and next week plenty of nice things. So that's the extra finale of RE month. And of course, more of this, and the theoretical finale will be next week. There might be some extra stuff added in. We'll discuss that and figure it out leading into next time, though. I'll talk about that with these people afterwards. Anyway, bye for now, everybody. I can't think of anything else. So check out my stuff, and we're almost caught up on YouTube. Only a couple episodes behind. So by next week, they'll be caught up on episodes. You can make sure to check them out. So, if you haven't seen any, then you need to catch up. Anyway, yeah, bye for now.
Bye.